Yeah, this is case number 186 on the calendar, the matter of Wells versus Sharp. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
What is all that stuff?
This is stuff that I brought that I don't have actual receipts for, just to show you that.
What is it?
It's the Unity candle, some table decorations that we made, the candle stands.
Bert, could you do me a favor? Could we get rid of that? I don't need all that stuff here.
Where do you want me to put it?
I put it on the floor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ma'am, take this stuff, put it on the floor, please. Thank you.
Perfect. Miss Wells, this is what the case is about. Mr. Sharp is your soon-to-be ex-son-in-law. He and your daughter had a very short and unpleasant marriage, and it is your claim that he had agreed to pay for half the wedding. The loan lasted longer than the wedding.
Correct.
Now they're going to get a divorce, and you want half the cost of the wedding, which was, you say his half was $7,000?
Correct.
Mr. Sharp says, listen, I never agreed to pay for a big wedding. So, Mr. Sharp, this I assume is your soon-to-be ex-wife?
Yes, ma'am.
How long were the two of you dating before you decided to get married?
4 months, Your Honor.
What?
4 months.
And whose brilliant idea was it to get married?
Mine, Your Honor.
Could you speak up
Mine.
a little bit? I'm old. I have...
Mine. Mine.
Did you give her a ring?
Yes.
How much did you pay for it?
I want to say about 200 and maybe 34 bucks, 40 bucks.
What kind of work do you do?
I work for Sun Cruise Casino and a gambling boat.
And how much do you earn a week?
I make 8, but I bring home like 7. 700.
A week?
Every 2 weeks.
Okay. When your daughter came home and showed you the engagement ring and told you that Mr. Sharp had asked her to marry him, what did you think?
I didn't approve of it. I didn't like it because they didn't know each other that long, but...
Well, that's a good judgment on your part. When you saw the engagement ring that he bought your daughter, what did you think of it?
I didn't have any thoughts. I mean, I
Did
thought...
you think that he wanted to get her the best possible engagement ring he could?
That he possibly could, yes.
Listen to me. Did you think that he wanted to get her the best possible engagement ring he could afford?
Yes, I did.
And he spent $230 on the engagement ring, which was the best he could afford, right? That's what you thought.
I didn't know how much it cost him.
But it wasn't. We're not talking about the Hope Diamond here.
No.
Now, who wanted the big wedding?
Richard did.
Did you?
Yes.
Why?
At the time, I was in love with her. Then after we got married,
Listen to me, Richard. You didn't take any snoozy pills this morning, did you?
No, ma'am.
I want you to listen to the question. Your mother-in-law says you were the one who wanted the big wedding. Is that true?
Yes.
Who was supposed to pay for it?
She was.
Your Honor...
Shh. Why was she supposed to pay for a big wedding if you wanted it? Do you want to take a nap?
No.
Who is this?
My stepfather.
Step up here with him. Tell me your name.
Frank, Your Honor.
Frank what?
Enoch.
Mr. Enoch, do you understand my question?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Miss Wells wants your stepson to reimburse her for half the wedding. Ordinarily, I would say, listen, that's ridiculous. Usually, it is the bride's family's responsibility to pay for the wedding.
Your Honor...
I'm speaking. My father and mother paid for my first wedding. They paid for my second wedding. And then my father said, the next one's on you. However, you see, I'm having trouble communicating with your stepson, sir, because I'm not quite getting the fact that he's wrapped too tight.
He's nervous, is all.
He doesn't look nervous, Mr. Enoch. He looks tired. Are you nervous?
Not really.
I can try harder.
I don't think you'll be able to make me nervous.
Do you understand what I'm saying
I
to you, Mr.
understand what
Enoch?
you're saying.
So Miss Wells says he's the one who wanted the big wedding. I don't know why. It's usually the bride that wants the big wedding. You didn't want a big wedding?
No, ma'am.
Step up here with your mother. Why did he want a big wedding? He had a whole bunch of friends?
When he was working at the car lot, he was inviting people he didn't even know that would come and make a payment to our wedding.
I want you to tell me what happened when you started to discuss the cost of it.
We sat down, and me and my mother explained to him, we don't have this kind of money. We don't even know these people. If it was, you know, if it was some people he knew, then fine, but he didn't know these people.
So what did he say?
He said, well, I think they should come anyway, and I'll pay for half the wedding since it's mostly my people that I want to come.
Is that what you said?
No, ma'am.
How many people were at the wedding, Mr. Sharp?
There's about 120, 140.
How many people were at the wedding?
73.
Of the 73 guests, how many were his family and friends and how many yours?
60 of them was his.
You mean you had 13?
Yeah, because we not from Florida.
60 were his family and friends.
Yes.
And 13 were your family. Is that right?
Correct.
Is that correct?
No, ma'am.
How many were your family and friends?
My family was 5, and there was maybe like 3 or 4 friends of mine.
Your Honor, I have the wedding pictures. I also have the kind of people that you're dealing with. This is public record.
I don't need to see the kind of people that I'm dealing with. I just have to try to figure out whose responsibility is to pay for this fiasco.
Fiasco is
Want these
correct.
pictures?
Yeah, let me take a look at the wedding pictures. Miss Wells, is this your only child?
This is my only daughter, yes.
This is your only daughter?
Yes.
You should go around the desk praying 3 times, get down, kiss the floor, and say, thank God she got out when she did.
You're correct. I agree.
Because you don't have any children with him, do you?
No, ma'am.
But for the grace of God, you could have had a grandchild fathered by this guy.
No, thank you.
I agree with you.
No, thank you. Really,
Unless
no,
he's hiding,
thank you.
Unless he's hiding something from me that I don't see.
Well, you're not missing much.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What was the nature of the felony that you were convicted of?
Sales and possession.
How many times?
Twice.
That doesn't mean that you sold only twice. It means you got caught twice.
I got caught twice.
And later today,
It appeared that Mr. Martinez did not realize that he collided with Miss Farmer's vehicle. You know why that was?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Cheryl Wells says her estranged son-in-law, Richard Sharp, owes for half the cost of his wedding. Richard claims he never agreed to pay.
Okay. Who was in this picture? Can you see it from there?
Yes.
Who was in this picture?
That's me, Jack, Bill, Terry.
Who are they?
Friends of mine.
Friends of yours?
And the one guy, Jack, I
Just a
used to
second.
work
You
for
said
him.
3 or 4, so that these are the only people at the wedding that were your friends?
There might be a little bit more, but other than that.
Who are these people?
That's my stepbrother, and that's her stepfather.
Okay, so you got a stepbrother here.
Yes.
Was he in this picture too?
No, ma'am.
These people come with their significant others, or they come stag?
They came with others.
With others?
They came with the.
So
with
you
their
got to do
wives.
this times 2, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's more than 3. Even you could tell that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Madam, it's clear to me that he had certainly more than 3 or 4 people at the wedding. So what you're telling me is he said to you, these are the people that I want at the wedding, they're friends that I work with?
Not friends that he works with, but he was working at a car lot, and people that would come in to make their payments that he would talk to just to make their payments, he would invite to our wedding that he did not know.
Your Honor, I had to finally put a stop to it because this list was like 300 people.
Who was supposed to pay for all these people, all these strangers?
I felt that I was going to pay for them, but as soon as she said she put a stop to it, I said, okay, never mind then.
All right. Now, where were they married?
At the Ramada Inn.
Had you taken the Ramada Inn before or after you had this discussion with him about inviting too many people to the wedding?
I'd already talked to the Ramada Inn, and then when he kept adding the
No, I want you to make sure you give me the honest answer. You had gone to the Ramada Inn, you have to give them a deposit
Right.
and reserve the date.
Correct.
Had you done that before you had the discussion with him?
Yes, but he kept adding to the list.
You don't have to repeat it. I understand what you're saying to me. So you had already taken the hall, and initially he was not going to pay for half the wedding. That's according to what I'm gathering now. It was not until after he started adding all these people.
No, Your Honor, that's not correct. He agreed to pay for half the wedding.
No,
That's
ma'am.
incorrect,
We went
Your
to
Honor.
the-
I was there when it was discussed.
No, I don't believe that, Miss Wells.
But that is
Listen to me.
honest.
Miss
No.
Wells, I don't believe that. I don't believe that
true.
somebody who buys a $230 engagement ring makes a knowing decision to pay for half the wedding that, according to you, cost $14,000.
I wanted them to elope. I offered to give him $2,000 so I didn't have to pay for this big wedding. He had already agreed to.
Now you want to talk to me?
Yes.
Good. Now I'll hear you. But make sure you're telling me in a loud, clear
I
voice.
did not agree to pay for half of this wedding, Your Honor.
Well, tell me what happened.
What happened is I started adding people to the list, and she said, no, I can't afford all these people to come, Your Honor. So I said, okay, well, we'll stop all them people, because who even knows if half of them people are going to show up.
Your Honor, that's not right because I even paid for his probation. He was supposed to pay me that back as well, and he has not even done that.
And her daughter paid her back out of that with her income tax money, Your Honor.
Just a second. So what you're telling me is you were on probation, you had certain fines,
Yes, ma'am.
And she paid your fines?
With her income tax.
Because you didn't have the money?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So how could you reasonably expect him to pay $7,000 for a wedding when he couldn't even pay his own probation fine?
We paid his probation off so he could get off by the beginning of February for our wedding.
You working?
Yes.
Pay your mother back for this wedding.
No way.
Pay your mother back for this wedding.
I've paid her half of the wedding already.
I don't believe that he agreed to pay you for half the
He
wedding.
didn't, Your Honor.
No, ma'am.
I don't believe that.
Your Honor, he did agree to pay for that wedding.
Do you have that in writing someplace?
I don't have
They
papers
kept-
for that.
You should. You're dealing with
Well,
somebody who is a
no.
convicted felon. It would seem to me if someone agreed to
Your
pay.
Honor, he
I'm
goes to church
speaking.
every
I'm speaking. I have to come up in my mind, if he agreed to pay you, which I doubt, but let's say he said, I'll pay for half the wedding, whether there was any legitimate and reasonable expectation that this person who spent $200 for an engagement ring and couldn't pay his probation fines was going to be able to pay for a $14,000 wedding. What was the nature of the felony that you were convicted of?
Sales and possession.
Sale and possession of what?
Cocaine.
How many times?
Twice.
2 different arrests?
Yes.
That means you got caught twice.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that you sold only twice. It means you got caught twice.
I got caught twice.
Well, then you are smart.
Yes, ma'am.
Pretty smart. Because
Well,
you...
not pretty smart for selling drugs.
But you were pretty smart. You did it a few times and you didn't get caught, right?
I should have done it at all.
I asked you a question.
Yes.
Just a second.
Yes.
Don't tell him what to say, Mr. Enoch. I think he understands me pretty well, sir. I think he's keeping his cool, because I don't think that with this kind of act, this young woman would have said yes to this proposal.
Your Honor, can I say something? Please.
Go ahead.
He goes to church every Sunday. We thought that he was reformed. I mean, you're supposed to give everybody a chance. And that's exactly what we did. We believed him.
And the reason that the wedding was ended is because he moved in with his girlfriend that he had before we were married.
No. Your Honor, this lady, my soon-to-be ex-wife, she thinks I am sleeping with this girl, Melissa, okay? Me and Melissa ain't together.
Ma'am.
She would not sleep with me because I am married to this young lady here. And I got to respect
So
that
you've
woman
asked her
for that.
to?
Listen to me. I just wanted to hear him talk, because so far I've had monosyllabic conversations with him, and I wanted to make sure that he was more together than he was presenting. I'm speaking. More together than he was presenting to me a moment ago. I do not believe that he agreed to pay for half the wedding. It's unfortunate, and my advice to everyone out there is don't spend an awful lot of money on first weddings. Wait for the second one. They usually hold out a little bit better.
Your Honor, he
I'm sorry,
did
Miss Wells.
agree.
So I don't believe it. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I don't believe I just he's a straight-up liar, and he knows he is. He's a con artist.
I think it's just all a bunch of, excuse my language, I think it's a bunch of bull, to be honest with you.
He is a liar and a cheater.
I don't feel I owe not a dime to this.
I don't want to be around him.
I'm just going to walk away and wash my hands with this whole situation.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Farmer versus Martinez. Step forward, please.
23-year-old Cammie Farmer is suing Jose Martinez for a late-night fender bender outside a nightclub. Jose says it was Cammie who backed into him.
Ms. Farmer, you claim that Mr. Martinez damaged your car in a parking lot. And Mr. Martinez says that the accident was both of your faults, so you should each pay for your own damage. You were all exiting a club that evening.
Right.
So what I'd like you to do is to go over to that chart that you've prepared and show me where the exit was.
This is the exit right here.
Okay. So there's a steady stream of traffic that's going sort of in the center.
Right.
And what happens is I assume that a car in the center lane lets one car in from one side and then another car goes. It's sort of alternating egress from the parking lot.
And there was police officers in the parking lot directing traffic.
Now, what kind of car were you driving?
A 2000 Chevy Malibu.
And Mr. Martinez?
A van.
So tell me what happened.
As I was trying to exit...
That was you. You're in the red.
This is me. I'm the red, and he's the blue. So as they're exiting, and I'm waiting in line for them to exit, I guess he got impatient and was in a hurry or whatever and tried to go around me. And his back van door was open. So as he's trying to go around me, his door caught my left bumper and my left taillight and shifted my trunk.
You have pictures of that?
No, I don't. I put it in the shop the next day, so I didn't take pictures.
Well, after his van door hit your car, what happened?
The police officer that was standing back here directing traffic directed us to pull this way and exchange information.
And you did that?
Yes.
You have a police report?
No, because it was on private property and there was no injuries, the police officer didn't take a police report, but he gave me a statement.
I'd like to see it. This is Police Officer M. There were 20 vehicles in the parking lot attempting to leave. Okay. So what I want you to do, sir, is to give me your version of what happened. Because
no.
I will tell you now, Mr. Martinez, the police officer observed what happened.
Okay.
So before you even think about trying to fabricate a story, I suggest you think hard about what happened.
Okay, I'll tell you what happened. Well, that night, me and my friends threw a party at a club in Union City.
I don't care.
And,
Listen to me. I don't care. Get to the parking lot.
Okay, the parking lot. Okay, well,
And
like I
look
say.
at me when you're talking.
Okay, we was partying. You know, everybody had a little liquor in them.
Not me.
No, just a second.
Okay, well.
You had a little liquor
I had a
in
little
you.
liquor in me. So I'm like, we was exiting the parking lot. And could I show you on the ground? Oh, this is the parking lot. I guess this is how you get out. I'm right here, she right here. I'm going up. When I was coming up, she was coming back. So we both hit each other. The reason I didn't really file no counter claim because I figured it was both our fault.
No!
That's why I did that.
Well,
Where was I going?
now, just a second, just a second. Get back there.
Okay.
First of all, you had no business being behind the wheel of a truck or a van or a vehicle if you had been drinking.
Yeah.
Because it clouds your judgment.
Right.
And let me tell you what the police officer said.
Okay.
The police officer said he observed a black van with its passenger side sliding door open as it was attempting to drive around Miss Farmer's vehicle. In trying to do so, the black van side door collided with the right rear taillight of Miss Farmer's car. Mr. Martinez continued driving along the side of Miss Farmer's vehicle, causing more damage. It appeared that Mr. Martinez did not realize that he collided with Miss Farmer's vehicle. You know why that was?
I realized.
All right, so let me see an estimate, please.
I got 2 estimates. The shop that I went to gave me a discount.
Okay, but you had it fixed.
Right.
Well, how much did you pay to have it fixed?
$827.60. Here's the receipt.
Good, great. But I'm surprised that as the police officer didn't cite you for driving while under the influence of alcohol.
I also have rental car receipts because I had to get back and forth to work, and I also had a daughter that needed to get back and forth to school.
Who do you live with?
I live by myself.
I'll see them.
The receipts are in my mother's name because she rented it, but I gave her the money, cash.
All right, the judgment's for $970. That's all. Step out.
Thank you.
How's that excuse?
It was fair and square, you know, got it out of my way, you know what I mean? She's getting paid, so it's good.
I was upset, but I knew that it could be fixed.
We both was kind of mad, but you know.
I wasn't hurt, so it wasn't a big deal.
I'm glad it's done and over with, man.
There's no hard feelings.
Five-year-old business owner Raymond Long for harassment. Raymond says the Urinos blame him for a denied business permit.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 451 on the calendar in the matter of Urino versus Long. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mr. and Mrs. Urino, you and the defendant are neighbors.
Yes.
You built your home with the expectation of being able to run a business out of your home.
Yes.
And that business was selling used cars.
Yes, ma'am.
You invested a substantial amount of money building driveways and paving areas in order to comply with city regulations.
Yes, ma'am.
Thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yes.
And when you applied for your permit to sell these used cars from your property, according to you, the defendant, as well as other neighbors, objected and were very vocal about their opposition to you selling used cars from your house, as a result of which you were denied a permit. And that started the trouble.
Your Honor,
She's
we weren't denied. We were approved first.
And then denied because of him and the neighbors.
So first First you were approved, and then because of the opposition, denied.
One guy showed up and
Appealed.
appealed it.
And who was that?
Another neighbor.
Another neighbor.
Another neighbor.
Good.
Yes. He's next.
Now that started the difficulty with you and the defendant.
Yes, ma'am.
One of the things that you were particularly angry about is that this particular defendant runs a carpet cleaning business from his home.
Yes, ma'am.
So you say, how can he object to my business when he runs a business out of his home?
Yes, ma'am.
And then all kinds of things started. You claimed that he was dumping some stuff from his carpet cleaning business into the town sewers, and you were taking photographs of that, and arguments ensued, and you want damages because of the constant harassment by the defendants. Now, who's going to speak? You
I'll
are.
speak.
I
Please.
assumed you would.
Yes.
So, Mrs. Urena, I'd like you to tell me, what is the basis for your lawsuit?
Okay, the basis for our lawsuit is harassment.
Give me the date.
The date is June 7th.
Okay, what happened on June 7th?
He came over to our property. We had taken a picture of him because it was like about 11:30, quarter to midnight. It was the night that we got denied.
It was the night that you were denied your permit?
Yes.
So what did you do?
We were out riding around because we were upset. Okay.
No, they were out.
I'll get to you in a second.
All right.
So you were very upset.
Yes,
Permit's
we were
denied.
upset. So we went to the store, we're coming home, and we see all this commotion behind our home. This man has run his business for 2 years. We never said a word, never complained. Well, we had it up to here. We went around the corner. I snapped 2 pictures of his. He had 5 employees out there, his 11-year-old daughter, 3 of his vans, a tow truck. I've got a photo of it. He had them all out there in the front yard, making all kinds of racket. So, snapped the 2 pictures, didn't say a word to anybody, went back to my house around the block. He comes skidding around the corner so fast. He starts cussing at my husband. He didn't get out in the beginning. He just had the window rolled down. So he started cussing. My husband got upset because they were cussing at each other, right? So he gets out of the van, and I thought they were going to fight. So I'm backing up towards the house. Meanwhile, I had my camera in my hand. I'm like this, you know. So I back up. He gets out of the van, and he's saying, "You ever come over my house?" He says, "On my street," he said, "I'll blow your heads off." I mean, but he said the word. So I'm looking at him. So anyway, so I thought they were, shut up. Up, sorry. Excuse me.
You'll have a turn.
All right.
Go ahead.
So we were standing there. He gets out of the van. He starts.
Well, he's already out of the
he's out
van,
of
and they're cursing at each. Listen to me,
they're
Miss
cursing.
Urena.
Okay.
They're out of the van, and they're both cursing at each other.
Right. So now I thought they were going to fight, and all he did was just stand there and kept yelling. So I snapped 2 pictures, which are the pictures I have here, showing my husband in the van and him angry, going away from my property because he was leaving. And then he skids back around the corner. Sure enough, half hour later, here come the police, tick, 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 at my door. We welcomed him in, explained to them what happened. They told my husband, "We're going to write you a citation." My husband says, "I'm not signing anything."
Just a second.
Okay.
What were they writing your husband a citation for?
They said that Ray Long told them that my husband punched in the door of his van.
And your husband said what?
My husband said, "I am not going to sign anything because I didn't do any damage to your van."
Right.
To the van. And he asked to see the van, and the police officers said no. They said, "Wait till the next day, and then you can see the van."
So they wanted him to sign an acknowledgement that he received the citation.
Right.
And your husband refused to do that, so what happened to him?
They put him in handcuffs in my living room, took him out for about now this all happened before the ticket was written.
I don't care.
Okay.
Listen, that's between you and the police department.
Right.
The idea was they wanted to give him a ticket. He had to sign for it. Your husband said, "I'm not signing anything." They said, "Oh, yes, you are."
Yes, you are.
They put him in handcuffs. Put your hand down. Your wife's not letting you speak yet.
Okay.
They took him outside, and they kept him outside. You blame him for that.
Yes, the officer went back around the corner, and then with him wrote the citation, and he signed it.
Right, of course, because your husband wouldn't sign the ticket.
Okay, he did sign the ticket. My husband did sign it.
Eventually.
Actually, the
when they came back.
Mr. Urena, if you had signed this citation when the officer had given it to you, the officer would have left your house. Is that right?
Yes. No,
Of
ma'am.
course. Oh, yes, he would have. Would have
The
said you have to
citation
respond
wasn't
to
written
this?
yet.
Ma'am,
It wasn't
can
there.
Can I speak now? Actually, they weren't writing the citation. They came over for me to sign it. They said that he was going to
Write the citation.
that he was citing me, not the police officer.
Let me read you from your complaint. When my husband refused to sign the ticket, he was placed in handcuffs and held for 45 minutes.
Yes, that was my, yes, okay.
That's what you said?
Yes, that's what I
Well, that's
said.
what happened. All right. What's next?
All the charges were dismissed against my husband because I took pictures of the van, dated pictures from the 7th through the 14th. There was no damage on that van. He had 2 pictures that he showed the judge that showed damage to the van. When he left my property, there was no damage on that van. So I don't know who damaged it, but it wasn't us. And all charges were dismissed. I've got right here, and also he got all the neighbors to lie for him.
Don't say he got neighbors to lie unless you have witnesses here.
I have
you
proof.
Can't. No.
Timesheets?
Unless you have witnesses here, you can't say he got people to lie for him. All right. What's the next harassment?
Okay, and we had put in also, because he was complaining about our property, saying that because we are Mexican, that we are running a chop shop, and our car lot was supposed to be like a front to cover up for a drug ring.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Pauline and Richard Ureno say neighbor Raymond Long lied under oath, causing them to be denied a business permit.
Show me where he said that.
He said it verbally. He wouldn't put it in writing.
Where did he say it verbally?
He said it at the public response office.
Just a minute. Just 1 second.
Okay.
Were you present?
No.
Then you can't tell me that. That's hearsay.
Okay.
All the neighbors say that, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Show me a neighbor.
The neighbors aren't here.
Right.
Okay, so just the constant harassment. I've got pictures of police in front of my house that when they served the pictures when the police came to serve us for the order of protection. I mean, these things that were things on the internet.
Just 1 second. Who filed for an order of protection?
He did. That's the affidavit with the order of protection right here, where he states, and I can verify.
This is his affidavit for an order of protection.
His affidavit.
That I will see.
Okay.
He accused me of taking pictures of
Here's
his
my-
daughter. I didn't
this
even
is
know
it.
he had a
This
daughter.
is my timesheets to prove where I was on those nights.
I didn't
that he
even know
accused
this
me.
man had a wife. The whole time we seen this
We never
man
see him, Hardy.
behind us, we seen him up by himself in a house. Okay, I didn't know this man was married. I got kids, teenagers, that I got 3 teenagers, and he's accusing me or my wife. We're not even sure
taking
which
pictures of
one.
his daughter.
That we were taking pictures of his daughter when we don't even know. We didn't even know that he had a daughter. And I don't know what he really meant by that either. So he did nothing but lie on everything.
All right. Now, what happened with the order of protection? Did you receive an order of protection, sir?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Can I see?
It was a temporary order of protection for 30 days until the trial.
Well, was the trial completed?
Yes, it was.
And what
they
happened?
eventually did drop the case.
Okay.
I actually brought the order of protection itself.
Can I see it?
We got 2 citations, Your Honor. One was dismissed, and one was eliminated. In other words, we didn't have to go to court. They just called us on the phone one day, and they said it was eliminated.
Okay. Now,
We had this problem with this.
let's take the first basis for your suit here today, which is that he conspired with other neighbors to deny you an opportunity to earn a living from your home by complaining to the zoning board or whoever issues a permit, thereby causing them to reverse their original order, granting you a permit.
Right.
They have an absolute right to do that,
Yes.
whether he did it or not. If somebody lives in a residential community and feels as if one of their neighbors is doing something that is going to devalue their property or impede their safety.
To complain, Your Honor, but not to
Not
lie.
to lie.
Not
Just
to
a
lie.
second.
And
Just a
put it
second.
down on paper and sign.
Just a second. I haven't seen a lie And if you want to show me a lie...
I'll show you a lie. It's in your hands.
What?
The affidavit there that is with Justice Court that he filed, that he just told you he filed.
I'm not talking about the order of protection, madam. I'm talking about your business, which really started this whole problem.
Right.
Show me where he lied with regard to his complaint.
He wouldn't put it in writing.
Then you have no proof that he lied with regard to his complaint that he didn't want you to sell used cars out of the front yard of your home.
Now, can I say something else?
No,
Please?
you have to answer my question, not say something else.
Okay.
You have no proof that he lied.
Right. Can I show you the area that we live in?
Show me the area.
Okay. This is the area where we live. There are homes. Here, that one, this one. So there's really no complaint for him.
We built there, Joanna, for one purpose.
We got 7 lanes of highway in front of us.
To start a business there, okay? That's the purpose we built there. And everything's up to commercial code. We went and tried to...
Then what you do is you have to appeal. That has nothing to do with your neighbors. Where is your home on this street?
No,
Hold on, I've got mine. Mine is right here. This is mine.
That's the back of it.
This is mine.
I've got their
Two-story
home.
house.
Right here.
With all, they sell cars anyway.
Oh, now you're accusing us of doing
Shop, I don't
something?
want to hear.
Liar.
This is not over. We're going back again.
See, this is another threat. He threatens me all the time.
Absolutely, I
Yeah.
can see
All the
that.
time.
You got a hot head.
Yeah.
Man, he's threatened me.
Just a minute. Listen, I want to tell you something. I, living in that community, could understand why some people would be disturbed by having your private house with all of these old used cars in front of them in the parking lot. He has a right to complain that he doesn't like the way this looks in his community. You have a right to bring it through the administrative process. What you did was you got really angry.
Angry.
And what you
Mad.
did, you got really angry. And it was, I assume, vented at Mr. Long.
Yes.
Because Mr. Long also ran a business out of his house.
Right.
All right.
Bottom line, Your Honor, he's jealous. That's the
Of
bottom
us.
line.
He's
okay?
jealous of us.
He's
Just
just
a
plain
second.
jealous.
Bottom line is, you have no lawsuit.
I know we don't have a lawsuit.
So what are you doing here for?
Well, because we thought, because he put us through all of this, I mean,
We've been
he
going,
won't stop.
We've been
He
going
doesn't
through him
stop.
on
He
this for
would
about
stop.
a year.
Listen to me. Whatever happened that night, you see, you don't have to say a word. Yet. Maybe never. What happened that night was you were angry.
Your Honor.
Shut up. Quiet. You got a hot head.
You want to see a lie? I'll show you a lie. The ticket, it says that there was a hole in the van. You show me a hole in the van. Where's the hole in that van? My husband never punched a hole in his van. That is a lie.
Did the
He
police
damaged-
return? Just quiet. Did the police return to your home that evening?
Yes.
Did you, in fact, show them any damage to the van?
Yes, I did.
What did you show them? Can I see it, please?
Yeah.
Your Honor,
Yes.
the damage to the van is long gone. It was a malicious destruction of property that the city prosecutor found enough evidence to pursue. It was dropped. I let it go. It's $250. I don't even care about it anymore. I just would like the Uranus to leave me alone.
Your Honor.
How did... Quiet. Tell me what happened.
As they had been doing for about a month before, coming by weekly, and I have the events all in writing, but weekly, taking pictures of everything that I do. I was getting
Stop
tired.
flipping pages.
I was getting tired of it. And this was basically the last straw, 12 o'clock at night. I have a problem with one of my vans that gets towed home. They jump out of bed and drive over and start snapping pictures right there in front of my property.
Okay.
And it's annoying.
So you went back, you were
I went
hot
over
to...
to talk to them. From the second I drove up, Mr. Urena was in my face. And in the passenger door looking through, I had the window down. And yes, the conversation got heated, and that's when he punched the door. He was in such a rage, he might not even remember punching the door. Bottom line is, I don't even care about the dent anymore. It's...
You just want to be left alone.
Just leave me alone.
Your Honor, now can I say something? I can prove right here that he's lying with that picture.
Go ahead.
This pictures were dated. His picture
Are not
is not
dated.
dated. Okay, these pictures were taken 3 days after he claimed that there was a damage.
7 days,
Okay.
14th.
Now, he claimed that I punched that van. Okay, there was no. If you look at that picture, I mean, I'm not a body man, and I'm not an attorney, okay? But I can tell you this. There's not a punch with my fist on that van. That's what he claimed.
He has nothing in his hand.
That's what he claimed, okay? This is the picture. We took the picture 3 days later, and there was no damage to that van.
What do you think, he did it himself?
Yes, sir.
I don't know.
Just a second. You think the police wrote out a ticket? Listen to me.
We don't know, ma'am.
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know.
You didn't let me finish.
Wait.
Okay.
Hothead.
Okay.
Hothead.
I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
Yeah,
Okay.
we both are.
Oh, sure you are.
Yeah.
You're a hothead.
Both of us.
Well, just look at the evidence, ma'am. That's all you got to see. And that tells you who's lying and who's not lying.
No, it doesn't.
And there's no date on his pictures. Mine are dated.
Mine are dated.
Up to the 14th,
I don't know
7
what
days
the
after.
police did.
We're going to find out when we get home.
Hey,
Yes.
No, ma'am. We're not.
you can change a date.
See, it's never going to end. It's never
You
going to
can
end.
change
No, it
a
won't.
date on a camera.
My originals are dated.
You're not listening to me.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
Your complaint was that he caused your husband to be handcuffed and held. Your husband caused himself to be handcuffed and held because your husband refused to sign the ticket. They said, hands together, we're taking you into custody. You were humiliated in front of your wife, maybe your family, maybe your children. That's your fault. But I'm going to tell you something. If you're going to spend your time in a vendetta against this man and your other neighbors, you're going to diminish the quality of your lives and theirs. He's not moving.
Neither
I
am
am
I.
sorry that you invested your money anticipating that you could have a business there, finding that you can't have a business there.
No,
and
we can't. We
spending
are
the-
C1. We are zone C1. Yes, ma'am, we can.
You can't have this kind of,
That
business,
kind of
business there.
right.
So you have a frustration. Get over it. Case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's a liar. The neighbors are liars. All of them.
Like I said in there, I just wish they'd leave me alone, but they won't.
If they don't like my cars, get out. All of you.
We were there.
Every one of you. We were there first.
I think they better stay on their side of the street, and I'll stay
Yeah,
on mine.
go ahead.
This is case number 507 on the calendar in the matter of Green versus Richmond. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Ms. Green, according to your complaint, you lived with the defendant for a period of time. While you were away on a trip, you claimed that she threw away some of your stuff and kept some of your stuff. You wanted to either replace it or give you the value, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Why did you move into her house?
Because me and my sister had this argument, and she wanted me to leave, so I had nowhere else to go, so she offered me to move into her house with her.
When did you move into the house?
Late March, early April, somewhere around there.
And how long did you stay?
About 4.5, 5 months.
You say you took a trip to Texas. When was that trip to Texas?
November 17th.
What did you tell her when you went to Texas?
I told her I was going to Texas, I will be back. And she's like, okay, fine, all your stuff, you know, things will be here once you get back.
How long did you go for?
2.5 weeks.
Who else lived there? Did you have children with you?
My son.
Did your son go with you to Texas?
Yes, ma'am, he did.
And what happened when you got home?
When I got back, I tried to contact her.
What date did you return?
December 1st.
Did you go directly back to your home?
No, ma'am, I didn't.
Where did you go?
I went to my friend's house.
Why did you do that?
Because I tried to contact Pam numerous occasions, and she never answered the phone, or there was no way I could have got back into her house.
You didn't have a key the 4.5 months you were living there?
No, I didn't. It was military housing. No duplicate keys were able to be made at all.
Well, when did you first make contact with her? You said first you didn't answer the phone, you couldn't get in touch with her.
I couldn't get in touch with her.
Yeah.
I had her cousin LaShonda get in touch with her.
Step up.
Which is?
Which one is LaShonda? What's your last name?
Green.
When did you get in touch with the defendant?
Probably 2 days after she went back to San Diego, because I was still in Texas. I called Pamela.
And what was the conversation that you had with her?
Well, I called Pamela. I was like, did you want me to call you to see if you can return her stuff or not, or she was on press charges? And she was like, well, do what you want to do.
Well, there had been no communication with regard to any stuff so far that I had heard.
Well, her clothing, all her personal belongings, all of them are gone. She said that.
Well, how do you know they
out.
were? How did you know they were gone?
She told me.
When did she tell you?
When I talked to her on the phone. I talked to her plenty of times.
Who are you?
I'm her mother. I'm Deidre's mother.
Miss Green's mother.
Yes.
Plaintiff's mother. Yes.
I called.
Were you with your daughter in Texas?
Yes, I was.
Did you travel with her to Texas?
Yes, I did.
Where do you live?
I live in San Diego.
And where do you live?
San Diego?
Why doesn't your daughter live with you?
She does. She does.
Well, why was she living with the defendant?
She was living with the defendant because the defendant offered her a place to go at the time.
Why wasn't she living with you?
She wasn't living with me because at the time I wasn't living here. So she could not stay with me.
Not yet. All right. What items do you claim you left behind?
I only took a week's worth of clothes with me and only one pair of shoes for me and my child. Therefore, all other pairs of shoes, my VCRs, pictures, legal documents that I cannot get back, such as my high school diploma, is gone. All the clothes, everything I practically owned is gone.
Okay. Those papers, documents, etc. that you would have to replace, put those aside for the moment. Other than the VCR, what appliances or furniture did you leave there?
My VCRs and my bedroom set.
And a bedroom set?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you moved in with?
Yeah, besides my clothes and everything, yes.
All right. Do you have her VCR?
Nope.
Did you have her uncross your hands. Did you have her VCR?
Yep.
Try yes, not
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
You're not in a ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Where's her VCR?
In the trash.
Why did you throw it in the trash?
Because she left me with a phone bill, 2 phone bills that she did not pay. She had plenty of opportunity because I did not throw her stuff out until December 28th before I got ready to go on vacation to Texas.
Did you try to contact her with regard to the phone bills?
I don't know how to get in contact with her. Her mother called me 3 times.
When her mother called you 3 times, did you tell her about the phone bill?
Yes, I did.
Did you tell her how much the phone bill was?
She already knew how much it was.
Did you tell her how much it was?
No.
How much was the phone bill?
Both totaling is $175.
And those were her calls?
Yes.
Can I see those, please? Now, what about her bedroom set?
It's gone too.
What did you do with it?
I gave it to Goodwill.
Did you get a receipt?
Nope. Didn't want it.
Hmm?
Didn't want it.
They didn't want what?
I didn't want the receipt.
These were your phones to Pendleton, California and Vista, California?
Pendleton and Vista, true enough, yeah.
Are your phone bills? Is that right?
Mm-hmm. But when I left a message on her phone about a phone bill that I got. I said, well, when I get the money, I will give you, the amount for your phone bill. She never got back to me about the phone bill at all.
Did you leave her a telephone number where you could be reached? You were staying
On
at a
her
friend's
answer
house.
machine, yes.
You did?
Mm-hmm. And she also has caller ID where it comes up on her answer machine. That's how she didn't answer my calls.
All right. What about her clothes?
It was barely anything there.
What was there?
She had maybe a couple old outfits that she didn't wear, and her bedroom set, her VCRs.
Your Honor, can I say something? I cleaned the room up, and I know what was in the room.
I was also there.
Okay, let me hear.
I hate to disrespect, the court and everything, but I'm going to tell you the truth, what was in that room. She had molded bread and paper. I cleaned it out, and she had a couple of rags she had left. It wasn't no VCR in that room. The bedroom set was there, and she did give it to Goodwill. I cleaned the room out when I come from Texas on December 15th. I cleaned the room out on the 20th.
Well, she left there November 17th.
But the stuff was still in the room when I got to San Diego.
That means the defendant is some lousy housekeeper.
Well, she had a lock on the door. My brother-in-law had to kick the door in to get in the room. The room was locked.
When you got there, the room was locked?
The room was locked.
Yes.
Your Honor, that's a lie because Pamela told us she had an inspection, and that's the reason she broke into the house, into the bedroom, and that was way before Miss Faye supposedly had came down. When I called her,
when?
In December, I called Pam and asked Pam if she indeed had the things. I said, because you and Deidre were friends, you are friends, and you do need to settle this. She said, I don't have it. I said, where is it? She said, my mother threw the away. That's what she told me.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Deidre Green says former friend Pam Richmond threw away her belongings.
Okay, do you have a bill for your bedroom set?
I don't have a bill, but I have a written receipt for it.
Okay, let me see it. When did you purchase it?
My sister actually purchased it, so I wouldn't be able to tell you when she purchased it.
Why, did she give it to you?
No, I had to buy it from her.
How much did you pay for it?
$175 or something.
All right. The original price was $479, so I will accept that. All right? And what about the VCR? How much did you pay for that?
They were 36 something.
The VCR?
Mm-hmm.
$36?
Mm-hmm.
I want to go shopping with her. $36, right?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Your Honor, she have other receipts for her clothing. She has those up there.
Well, how do I know what clothing she took and what clothing she didn't take? I have to
Okay.
do some sort of an estimate on what you would take. You were going to Texas for 2.5 weeks, and then you didn't come home initially. You didn't come home at all, but then you went directly to a friend's house, and you stayed at a friend's house, so you must have had enough clothing to last you. I can't believe that you only took one pair of shoes for your child if you were going away for 2.5 weeks.
Well, because we weren't supposed to be leaving that, we weren't supposed to be gone that long, but it took a little longer than we expected. We was only supposed to be gone for 3 days. That's why.
Did you call her, by the way, and tell her you were going to be gone longer?
She knew.
Don't tell me what she knew.
I called her husband. I talked to her husband. Yes, I did.
What did you tell him when you spoke to him?
I said, I'm not going to be able to leave until December 1st, around that time, because I didn't have the money to leave.
Did you have a conversation with your husband?
Yes, I did.
Did he tell you she wasn't going to be home until December 1st?
No, all he told me is that she called saying that I said a lot of stuff about her and my cousin being, and I haven't talked to nobody in Texas to say any of it.
What did you do with her diplomas, all the other papers that she had in the house? What did you do with all that stuff?
When we cleaned it, I did not see a diploma.
You cleaned out the papers?
I just put everything in a bag. And it was
Who asked you to do that?
Well, I helped my daughter. She asked me, would I help her clean out her room? And I told her yes. At the time when we bagged this stuff up, her mother called on the 20th. When I was cleaning out that room, she said, we was on the way to get the stuff. I said, fine. We sit all the stuff in her dining room. And it sit there till the 28th of December.
You mean you had a conversation with her mother? And
Yes,
she said
I did.
She was coming over
yes,
to pick
I
up
did.
the stuff?
Yes, I did.
Yes?
With
Your
my
Honor,
phone
she's
bill
telling
money.
her tale. I called her and I asked her about it. She told me it was gone. And I said, what do you mean it's gone? She said, it's gone. And I said, okay, well, why would Pam throw her stuff away? She said, over a phone bill. I said, what is the phone bill? She said, call Pam and ask Pam when Pam get home. I don't
Your
know.
Honor, that's a lie. I didn't even know anything about a phone bill.
Okay.
Yes, she did.
All right. Listen, you have no right to get rid of all of her stuff without giving her what I believe to be proper notice. Grandma just came,
We didn't go
threw in
through
the
the
stuff,
stuff. We just put it in the bag.
put it in
'cause it was
bags, and
stinking in the room.
got rid of it. It's practically impossible to put a value on all of this stuff. But you say that you spent $175 on the bedroom set, $36 for the VCR, and I am going to give you $500 towards the clothing that you say that you left behind in the house. I don't know how you're going to replace your diploma, except that you call up the school where you got a diploma, say, I lost my diploma and I need it, right? There's a lot more to this story that I don't know, but you can't dispose of somebody else's property. Do you understand that?
Even if it's in my house?
Even if it's in your house. She was an
Can I say
invite.
something?
No. Now I'm speaking.
Whatever.
She was an invitee into your home. You invited her into your home. She was there for 4.5 months. So she lived there with your permission. You have an obligation to give her notice, not some communication to her mother and her second cousin and her sister. You have an obligation to send her written notice. I'm speaking. You can't just willy-nilly decide to bag her stuff and get rid of it. So judgment is for the plaintiff in the amount of $711. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She don't like how close we are. She got excluded. That's all it is. It's jealousy.
My daughter had 16 people staying in there because they was on the street. And when she had in the room, she didn't have no clothes.
If she wanted, she can have it.
Evidently, her and her family needed it more than me and my son did, so there you have it.
And now the next case.
All parties on Smith versus Olden. Step forward, please.
21-year-old student Robin Smith says ex-fiancé, 20-year-old retail manager Jonathan Olden, deposited bad checks into her account. Robin says she was left with a $4,000 debt.
Miss Smith, according to what I've read, you and the defendant were dating.
Correct.
And then you were dumb enough to put his name on your joint checking account.
Yes, Your Honor.
Didn't read my last book, did you?
No, Your Honor.
Get a copy.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. And Mr. Olden deposited a series of checks into that account, a series of checks that he got from assorted sundry relatives, and the checks turned out to be bad.
Yes, Your Honor.
So far, we agreed on that, sir?
Yes.
But after you deposited the checks, you went and immediately withdrew money from the account, right?
Yes, we both did.
Your Honor, that's incorrect.
Whether you both did or not, you deposited the bad checks into the account and spent all the money, right?
Right.
And then the bank came back against you as primary on the account and said, you owe us all this money because he took it out.
Correct.
And you want the money back?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you living together at the time?
No, we were not.
Why would you do such a foolish thing?
We were speaking about moving in together and living together, so I figured it was the logical thing to do.
Who are you?
Her father.
He promised to pay you back the money.
Correct. I have a letter from him to my father saying...
Can I see it, please?
You sure can.
You are Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Step up, sir. Mr. Smith, I assume, reading between the lines, that you made good the money to the bank.
Not completely, Your Honor.
Who did?
Robbins made half of the payment back to the bank now.
And you paid the other half?
Not yet.
Well, how much did you pay? Because what I read is that he promised to pay you back.
It's correct. He didn't pay me anything.
So according to this letter to Mr. Smith, you apologized for not keeping up with your payments. And you begged his forgiveness, said that you would begin to make your payments on April 15th, right?
Right.
So, give me a defense.
The reason why I didn't make the payments because, first of all, when I was working, it wasn't just myself using the money out of the account. She used money out of the account also, not just myself.
When did you decide that?
I mean, it wasn't to decide. That's what
Well, I'm
happened.
asking you, when did you decide that? Before or after you agreed to make the payments?
Before.
So then what did you agree to make the payments for?
For what I felt responsible for. I don't feel responsible for all the money.
Well, how much did you feel responsible for? Give me a figure.
About half of it, about $2,000 of it.
Is that what you agreed to pay Mr. Smith back?
No,
How much did you agree to pay him back?
all of it.
So when I said to you, when did you decide on this recent defense that she spent half the money, that was recent that you came up with that defense, right?
Right.
So give me a better defense.
There's no better defense because we both spent the money. I feel like I'm responsible for it because the checks came from the money and the checks came from my family.
Let me ask you this question, sir. It's not a very difficult case, but I just want you to see the absurdity of your defense. What did she buy?
She bought clothes.
Clothes?
Just as well as I did. I bought clothes too.
Just a minute. She bought clothes.
Right?
Did she buy clothes because you said we've got some extra money in the bank, we can go buy clothes?
Yeah.
Right. You think she would have bought those clothes anyway?
If there was no money?
Yeah.
No.
Of course not. So she would not have put herself into debt to buy those clothes, right?
Of course not.
You said we got some extra money, let's go shopping, right?
Right.
What was the total amount of money that he deposited in the account that he withdrew?
$4,586.
And how many payments did he make to your father?
He made 2 payments in cash to me at my place of employment at the bank of $200 each on November and December 1st.
So $41.86 is what the balance is that right?
Correct.
Why didn't you make the payments in April? Anything, $25, $50, $100.
Because my engine on my car went out. I had no money. I was working. All money was going straight to that.
To your car?
Yeah. To get it was like $2,500 to get my car fixed.
Who do you live with?
I live with my parents.
You live with your parents, so you have no expenses, and you have a car. So are you telling me you couldn't take $100 a month and send it to her?
Now when all my checks were going to trying to get $200 to get my motor fixed on my car, no, I couldn't.
Well, how are you getting to work, sir, when you didn't have a car?
My parents or a friend of mine.
That's
somewhere.
good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,186. Thank you.
Thank you.
Buddies are excused. You may step out.
Relieved. Relieved it's over.
I mean, I should have just made a verbal agreement or something like that, but I should have tried to do whatever I could to pay the money, but I mean, I just couldn't.
I'm going to buy her Judge Judy's book for Christmas.
38-year-old engineering company manager Patricia Bemisdorfer is suing her former live-in girlfriend, 39-year-old pharmacy technician Linda Bennett, for a false arrest and for vandalizing her Corvette.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 94 on the calendar in the matter of Bemisdorfer versus Bennett. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Miss Bemisdorfer?
Yes.
According to your complaint, you and the defendant lived together for approximately 5 years. And you have children who were also living with you. Is that right?
Yes.
I believe that the thrust of your complaint is that there came a time that Miss Bennett had you arrested for domestic violence.
Yes.
Those charges were subsequently dropped, and you want to be reimbursed for your legal fees.
Correct.
And in addition, you claim that during the time that you were either incarcerated or at the police station, she damaged one of your cars.
Correct.
Those are the two things that you're suing her for.
Correct.
So tell me, on what date did this incident occur that caused you to be arrested?
May 27th, 1999, at 1:50 a.m.
Tell me the circumstances surrounding the police being called to the house.
I went to work in the morning time, and I decided I wanted to move out, that I wanted to end the relationship. I called her up at lunchtime. I called her mother. I went to my house at lunchtime. Her mother came there. Her mother said that she can go live with her mother because I was the one paying the rent. She was not working. I was paying all the bills. She said she didn't want to leave. Her daughter didn't want to leave the house. Her mother said, all right, then Linda, you live there. I'll help you pay the rent. So I said, okay, then I'm moving out.
Okay, hold on. Let's go slowly. Is it true, Miss Bennett, that during the time that you were living together with the plaintiff and your children, that she was paying the rent on the house where you were living?
We shared the bills. We shared.
Were you working?
Yes, I was. I was working at a hospital. Yes.
Part-time.
It was part-time.
Part-time on and off.
Were the majority of the bills being paid by the plaintiff?
No, they were split.
Evenly?
Yes.
Okay. Then what happened?
So then I went back to work, and I told her when I get home from work, I'm moving my stuff out. I came home, I went to a friend's house and started making a room for me to live. I was going to live in a room. So I got home around 1:50 in the morning, and she opened the door for me. The door was locked, and my TV was gone. All the pictures on my walls were gone. Everything was gone. So then after that, I went in the house and saw that. I ran up to my bedroom where I keep my jewelry and money and stuff like that, but she was in there with the door locked. So I kicked the door in to see what was going on. And then she called 911 and said I hit her and had a restraining order on me.
When you kicked the door in, she was in the bedroom?
She was in the bed.
And what happened after you kicked the door in?
She called 911.
Before there was any further confrontation between
No, I
the
said,
two
where's
of you?
my stuff? What did you do with all my things?
Okay, and what did she say?
Get out.
And what did you say?
Give me my stuff.
And what did she say?
She called 911, and I went outside and stood by my car waiting for the police to come.
So you were actually in the bedroom when she called the police?
Yes.
Okay, Miss Bennett. Now, had you, in fact, taken out any of those items? Pictures, TV, or whatever, any other items?
No.
No. Had you taken out anything from the living area, Miss Bennett? Make sure you tell me the truth, please.
There was, I don't remember, I can't remember what at that time.
Okay, so you can't remember.
No, it's
Then
not,
she came
there
upstairs.
There were things in the house that were mine. There was a TV in there. There was the furniture that was in there. There were pictures that were in there. Okay, the TV was mine.
So what did you do with the TV?
Oh wait, I did remove the TV.
So what did you do with the TV?
It went to my daughter's house.
Okay, so the TV went out.
Right.
And some pictures went out.
There was one picture that went out. There was one.
So now you remember. So the TV and one picture went out.
And that was the extent of it. That was it.
What did you do with her things that were in the bedroom?
Oh, they were there. Everything was there. Everything. Her clothes were there. She didn't have hardly any jewelry.
So, did she knock at the door of the bedroom?
I don't remember if she knocked on the door. She did. She said, "Let me in. I want to come in." She was drunk. And I've had past experiences where I've been afraid of her. So I kept me and Gina, my daughter, in the room, and we stayed in the bed. And she did say, "I want to come in." And I said, "No, I was afraid." So my daughter was laying there with me saying, "Mommy, don't let her in." I said, "Okay, I won't let her in." All of a sudden, she goes to bust down the door. She's banging at the door. She comes in. I went to pick up the phone to call 911. She came over to the phone, ripped the phone out of the wall. I got up. I ran down the steps to use the kitchen phone. She ripped that phone out of the wall, backed me up into the dining room, and said to me, "Where is my stuff?" And
So what
I
did you
had
say to her?
I don't remember exactly what I had said. She punched me right in the face, square in the face on the left-hand side. I must have hit 911 because the cops did come. My daughter's standing on the steps of the landing, going from upstairs to downstairs. I screamed to her. I said, "Gina, go next door, call 911," because I didn't think I hit 911. I said, "No, I don't want to leave you. I don't want to leave your side." And I said, "Go next door." But I did hit 911. The cops did come. And she did. She waited outside. She was drunk. Waited outside by her car.
Okay, let me see the police report, please. Thank you, Bert. Did you pull the phones off the wall?
Yes, I did.
Okay, because that's what the officer said. You left that out.
Yes, I did. Because I didn't want her to call 911. I wasn't
Just a
trying to
second.
hurt her. I just wanted my things.
That's not one phone. Two phones you pulled off the wall. One upstairs in the bedroom, one downstairs.
Correct.
Now, let me hear about this car, because that's the second.
Okay, I had, on May 27th, the police came, like I said, at 1:50, and they would not let me back to my home.
Had you been drinking?
Yes, I was moving some things out of a person's bedroom so I could make room for myself, and we were
So
drinking
you
while we
had
were...
been drinking?
A couple beers.
Okay.
I had some beers.
Okay. Go ahead.
And so they came to the house at 1:50 in the morning, and they would not let me back at my house that night to get my car. I have a...
Well, you couldn't drive anyway. You had been drinking.
I have a 91 Camaro, and I have an 88 Corvette. The 91 Camaro she drove, and I drove the Corvette. I came back to pick up my cars with some friends of mine at 7:30 in the morning on my way to work, and my Corvette was totally scratched and 5 pounds of sugar in a gas tank.
Did you notify the police that someone had vandalized?
I called the Berlin Township Police. That's not where we live, and they said if you didn't see or do it, there's no sense in us writing a report. But I mean, it was fine at 1:50 when I left it. 7:30 in the morning it was total.
When had you last driven it?
I drove it right there to the house.
You mean you drove the car after you had been drinking?
Right.
Not smart.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I want to tell you something. I believe you.
She's making up everything.
Listen to me. I believe you. I do.
Okay. I have a...
Shh.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Patricia Bemisdorfer says ex-girlfriend Linda Bennett had her falsely arrested and put 5 pounds of sugar in the gas tank of her Corvette.
Did you do anything to her car?
I didn't touch that girl's car. And the thing,
There's police at the house.
Shh, just a minute. Go ahead.
The thing is that in the morning, she came and she drove that car away. She's saying somebody vandalized that car during that time period. She drove it away. We had a car, we had a 91 Camaro, it was in her name. That was a gift to me. It was in her name, that was a gift to me. She let me use that car. She did take it away that morning. Her and her niece came and did take the car away. They both, her niece drove the Camaro away, she drove the Corvette away. Okay? That's another thing, she drove it away.
When did the car break down?
After I went to lunch, takes sugar a little while to get through the engine of the car. It doesn't break down. It was 7:30 in the morning. I couldn't see the scratches. I went to lunch, and on my way back to work from lunch, it broke down. The car would not run. I had to have AAA tow it to the garage, and they said there was 5 pounds of sugar in it. Not even 2 pounds, 5 pounds. And the white car I let her use after we broke up. I still let her use the Camaro because I felt bad because she has a child. And I get a warrant for my arrest because she has a parking ticket in my name and never even told me about it and never paid it. So I went and took the white car back from her just 2 or 3 months ago. That I still, even after she did this to me, I still let her use my white car because I have the vet. And then I get warrants for my arrest.
The ticket was a parking ticket in Camden. She called me at my job telling me she had a warrant. I immediately went to Camden and paid the ticket. I paid the ticket.
So she did let you keep one of the cars?
That's what, it was a gift to me.
It's a gift to you, but it was in her name. You don't make a gift to somebody, keep it in your name. She still let you use the car even after all of this stuff happened?
Oh, yeah. And she, until March 19th, she did come at 6 o'clock in the morning and take the car. Yes, she did.
Can you tell me what happened with the restraining order in the assault case that was filed?
What happened? I placed a restraining order again. I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't. And then I thought about my daughter. She was crying. She was at the police station with me, sitting here right next to me. I don't want her to come back. The cops were saying if she don't put a restraining order, she can come back, do whatever she has to do or wants to do. So I said, okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. And then she did stay away from me for a couple of days, and then we started to talk, going back and forth, talking to each other, being civil. And yes, I did drop it because I thought I did. I did drop it.
Can I make a comment?
Yes.
If she's so afraid, if I had a 6-year-old child and I knew my child, you're so afraid of me, I would have moved out a long time ago. There was never a complaint. I've never touched her, and I didn't touch her that day. If you're so fearful of me, you should have moved out a long time ago if I'm so mean to you.
Don't talk to her.
I never laid my hands on her.
Let's eliminate from this mix the punch in the face, okay? Let's eliminate that. You came home at 1:30 in the morning. You had been drinking. You came into your house and you found a television missing and at least one picture missing. And you had been living together as a family for 5 years, right?
Right.
So you were angry. You went up to the bedroom where all your stuff was, clothes, jewelry, personal effects, everything else. You can understand her coming in and being a little miffed that the home that you had shared together was, being taken apart without her permission. And she had all of her valuables in the room. That doesn't give you license to bust down the door. And it certainly doesn't give you license to pull the phones out of the walls, because that in itself, even without the punch, is sufficient basis for her to have called the police and say, there is potential violence going on here. So I think that there was a basis for her to call the police. And the fact that you retained an attorney within a relatively short period of time, I see, because she ultimately dropped the charges at the beginning of June.
She dropped the charges at the trial. She dismissed the charges after making us sit in the courthouse for 5 hours because she thought I was paying my lawyer by the hour and wanted me to sit there as long as I could.
Okay. She had a basis for calling the police. It was not done out of malice. It was done out of the heat of the moment, so that I cannot give you money to reimburse you for attorney's fees. You lost your temper. You lost your cool at that moment, and maybe it was the beers talking, but you certainly lost it. And having lost it, she reacted by calling the police, which is probably the wise thing to do. The fact that she ultimately dismissed the charges doesn't mean she didn't have a basis at the time that she made the call to have made the call. Now let's talk about the Corvette. The police told you that they couldn't take the report because you needed more than what you had to legally point the finger at the defendant for damaging your car. While the burden of proof in a criminal case is far greater than in a civil case, you still need some connection. And the only connection that you have is that she was very angry and your car was there during that period of time.
5-hour time.
It's an insufficient nexus for me to find that she, in fact, did it. That's not saying you didn't do it. I'm just telling you. That's not saying you didn't do it because you were angry.
I have a witness to say that I didn't.
Oh, I'd like to hear that. That would be nice. It would make me feel better. Let me hear your witness.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Your Honor, I asked her what her relationship is. She didn't even know this man. She never even knew him. 6 years I lived with her, I never even met this man. That's her boyfriend now, and it's a lie.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Patricia Bemisdorfer says ex-girlfriend Linda Bennett had her falsely arrested and put 5 pounds of sugar in the gas tank of her Corvette.
Who are you?
My name's Jeff. I was a friend of hers.
Were you there that evening?
I was there after.
After
she
what?
Had called me after all this had happened.
Approximately what time?
I guess it was around 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. And did you go over to her house?
Yes, I did.
What happened when you got there?
She was just crying, upset. I just tried to comfort her, let her know that everything would be okay. And I stayed downstairs. She didn't even leave the upstairs. So I don't know how she would have been able to tamper with the car.
Your Honor, I asked her what her relationship is. She didn't even know this man at the time. That's her boyfriend now. She never even knew him. 6 years I lived with her. I never even met this man. That's her boyfriend now. It's a lie. Well, we never knew that gentleman. She didn't call him. She never even heard of his name in his life till after she just met him a couple months ago, and they live in my home together now.
We were friends. I'd known her for about 3-4 months.
Okay. But there was still a period of time where she had an opportunity before you got there, if she wanted to put sugar in this gas tank.
I suppose.
She understands that. As I said, I don't know whether you did it or you didn't do it, but I know that the plaintiff, unfortunately, needs more than just the opportunity and inclination that you had to prove a case in court. Have you had nothing to do with each other in the last year?
No, Your Honor, I do. She still will not give me anything I own. All my personal things, it still will not give me.
But you're not suing for any of those things.
Correct.
So I know that you're very angry, so let's see if we can perhaps resolve this relationship and finally put a period to it. Okay, what else do you have there?
I have gym equipment, about $1,500 worth of gym equipment that I never was able to have.
Okay.
I have
Shh. Do you have her gym equipment?
It's my gym equipment. It's my, Your Honor, it's mine.
It was a gift.
Just a second. Shh. Who purchased it? Who bought it? Who spent the money for it?
I did.
Did you, in fact, buy it for her?
No.
You bought it for you?
It's mine. I bought it.
Well, that's what you say.
Yes.
You bought it for you?
For myself.
It was my Christmas present from her to me.
I want to tell you something. I believe you.
She's making up everything.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I believe you. I do.
Okay. I have a...
What else does she have there that...
She has boxes of my personal things. I have a sister that died in a car accident with a hairbrush with her hair in it. I can't even have that. My dad's wild's deceased. She won't give me that. I mean, just personal boxes of all kind of stuff. I have a swimming pool there.
What kind of swimming pool?
It's a above ground 12-foot by 36-foot swimming pool.
What are you going to do with it?
Put it in my friend's yard where I live now. It's mine. She's saying she paid half of everything. Make her show you her W-2s.
I'm not... Listen, you're not suing for these things, madam, so what I'm trying to do is make you feel more comfortable, if I can, before you leave. So let me tell you something. I only believe a portion of what you tell me, Miss Bennett.
Okay.
So you would be very, very wise if you want to get on with your life and not have this lady permanently feeling angry that you have not done the right thing. When she, it seems to me, has, at least in part. She let you use a car. You needed it for your daughter to take her to school, even after you had her arrested. She didn't come and take the car until she got a warrant. So she's not a bad person. So she wants certain things from the house.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Now, do you have boxes of her things?
There isn't anything there. When she took everything out of the home, when I walked, I had left the home for 3 or 4 hours. When I walked into the home, I was left with a love seat. That's all I had.
The problem was, Your Honor, we were going to try to get back together. I had another place. We were going to work things out and try to get back together. I just needed the living room set to sit on, so I left my other stuff there.
Okay, well, clearly that didn't happen.
It didn't happen, and after she found out it wasn't going to happen because I met this girl and I moved in with her, she decided she's not giving me anything now.
Put a period. It's over.
And she has everything I ever worked for and ever owned.
Unfortunately, A, your lawsuit sought redress for 2 things. For your lawyer's fees and for damage done to the Corvette, not for all these other things. So I was merely addressing those things in an attempt to make things nice so that you could move on. I see I can't. She had just cause, as I indicated, to call the police. That part of your lawsuit has to be dismissed, and there is insufficient proof, even though I have my reservations about it, but there is insufficient legal proof that she actually caused damage to your car, so your case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Just told the truth, and what she ruled on, it was good. She needs money, she wanted money, and I was a target, and she used me as the target. I want her to leave me alone. I'm happy. I want her to just leave me alone.
Lawn manager Marcelinda Aton claims 35-year-old Brownie troop leader Maureen Davis stole the cookie money. Maureen has a separate suit against Marcelinda's husband, 40-year-old steelworker Dan Aton, for harassment.
Order. All rise. Shh, 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 shh. Now, this case is number 279 and 280 on the calendar in the matter of Aton versus Davis. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
I have two cases here. One is really a cross-complaint. Mrs. Aton, we're going to deal with your case first.
Yes.
You and the defendant are Brownie troop leaders.
Yes.
Which is part of the Girl Scouts. And how long have you known each other?
Approximately 2 years.
How long have you both been troop leaders?
A year.
Everybody knows about Brownie cookies. Your daughter and her troop would sell cookies, and you would turn the money over to Miss Davis to put in the bank.
Her daughter was also in the trip, too.
Yes. Give her the money. She had the bank account. She'd put the money in the bank account, and then when it was all over, you would write a check to the Girl Scout Council for the cookies. And it is your claim that you gave her a substantial amount of money.
Yes.
After the sale. It was not all deposited in the account.
Right.
As a result of which the Girl Scout Council met and said they couldn't decipher where this money was, but since they delivered these dozens of boxes of cookies to both of you, you would each be responsible for half of the money.
Right.
You are suing Miss Davis for the half that you had to pay.
Yes.
Because you said, I gave her the money.
Yes.
How much money do you claim you gave her?
I gave her a total of $984.
Did you give her this money all at one time?
Yes, I did. My daughter was with me when I did that.
Over what period of time had you accumulated this $984?
3 days.
Who opened the bank account?
Maureen did.
In whose name?
Both of ours.
How many times had deposits been made in that account?
There was 1, 2, 3.
Who made the deposits?
Maureen made 2, I made 1.
So out of the 3 deposits, you made 2?
I remember making 1. If there's 2 down there, then I made 2.
Let me see what you have.
I was not able to get a hold of the bank records. They were subpoenaed.
Now, it is your claim, Miss Davis.
Here.
It is your claim, Miss Davis, that she did not give you $984.
Exactly.
How much did she give you?
She came to my house after what we call the last booth sale. They were selling outside one of the supermarkets. And what she did is she had borrowed my daughter's wagon to haul the cookies around with. She came to my house after it was done, excited that they were all gone. She handed me a pencil box full of money and asked me to deposit this money.
I asked you for a deposit slip.
Wait a second. Wait. Let her tell a story, and then I'll come back to you. Okay?
She had no idea how much money was in this box. My husband and I sat down.
So she gave you a box?
She gave me her daughter's pencil box where they had used to put the money out for the sale that they were doing. This was a 1-day sale, not a 3-day sale. Then my husband and I sat and counted it, divided all the 1s by 20s, paper clipped them all, and that's what I deposited in the bank.
And do you know how much that was?
I believe it was $236.
Now, let's get to the box. Did you bring money in a box?
Yes.
Was the money in the box separated as to bill denomination?
I had put 20s, 10s, 5s, and 1s.
Are you sure?
Yes, because that was the only way to make easiest change.
How many people were involved in this sale?
Maureen was supposed to show up at
the No, how many people were actually involved with you in this sale on that day?
On that day, we had 1 other parent.
Now explain to me exactly how this worked. You set up outside a supermarket on a table?
We didn't have a table. We just had the wagon. The people said what kind they wanted. They gave the girls the cash. The girls gave it to me. I counted what needed to go back, and I handed it to the girls, and they handed it to their customer.
When do you claim, I want you to listen to me very carefully, was the last time you counted the money that you turned over to the defendant?
It was probably about
2 hours prior to us leaving. I wasn't sure what time we were going to leave.
Leave where?
Leave Sam Clubs. We were there from 10 o'clock to like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
And you brought all the money with you for the 3 days?
All except for $207, which was in my wet bar. And I asked her for a deposit slip, and her reply was, I can't find the bank stuff right now, so I'll get it to you when I can. And I said, all right. And then she said, with all that money laying around, I would spend it. I don't do that. That's not me.
Why didn't you make the deposit yourself?
I didn't have any of the bank stuff. It all was mailed to her house. She had all the bank access, not me.
Well, you did make one deposit yourself.
After she gave me a deposit slip.
Okay, but you can go into a bank.
They wouldn't receive the money without original deposit slip for the bank.
Oh, no. That's ridiculous. Well, Miss Aton, that's ridiculous. If you go in with your account number, listen to me, if you go into a bank with your account number.
I didn't have the account number.
We didn't have anything.
I didn't have anything.
But you could have. I mean, it wasn't a secret. You said, give me the account number, then you can do it. Then you don't even have to keep money in your wet bar, a couple $100 in your wet bar.
But mine got deposited.
Well, she deposited money. She says that you gave her $236 in cash.
I gave her more than that.
I understand that you say you gave her that. But she did, in fact, deposit $236 in cash.
It's not in here.
Did you deposit it?
Yes, I did. I deposited what I had.
You said it was $236.
I believe it was around $236.
It's not registered on there that I could see.
What date?
I'm not sure the date. It was one of the dates her husband at school one day came up to me and asked me if I had deposited the money. I told him that I had. I was actually on my way to the bank to do that.
You lied about it.
Listen, Mr. Aton, don't shout out that you don't want me to think you're a hothead, do you?
Well, I can be. Everybody can be sometimes. But I'll restrain myself.
Well, I would like to have some proof, Miss Davis, that you did in fact deposit the $236.
I haven't seen any of the deposits that had been done. I tried to get
this was a deposit that you made.
Right.
You went to the bank, you deposited $236. You got a receipt. Where's the receipt?
I do not have the receipt, Your Honor.
What'd you do with it?
I gave it to Mrs. Aton.
No, you did not.
Just a second. Hey.
I handed her all the paperwork with all the receipts.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She was aware of this, Your Honor.
I don't care whether they're aware of it, madam. You're not even dealing with your money. It belongs to the Girl Scout Council of America. And you don't do anything in that fiduciary capacity that is illegal. You got it?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Marcelinda Aton says fellow Brownie troop leader Maureen Davis stole the proceeds from the troop's cookie sale. Maureen denies the charge and says the Atons are harassing her.
You have a problem. At least with $236, you have a problem. You have a problem with $236 because you knew you were coming to court today, not only on her complaint, but on a cross complaint that you had. You've had months to resolve this issue, and you could have easily said to the bank, I want a copy of the receipt for my $236.
I had asked for a copy of the stuff, but apparently they were subpoenaed and the bank went through their lawyers, and I was told that I could not be issued those.
Oh, that's baloney. It is going to be, Ms. Aton, absolutely impossible to ascertain whether the money was taken out of your cash box.
Does that also give her the right to forge my name on the bank documents and on here?
On where?
On the bank authority for the council, too. And she even misspelled my name.
Your Honor, can I say something?
This is not an issue at hand, and if she wants to proceed this.
That is the reasoning that the council decided to only have me pay half.
Tell her what we saw at the bank.
That's not correct.
And at the bank, they would not give me any more of the statements and stuff because they realized that my name was forged also on the bank stuff.
You mean as an owner of the account?
Yeah.
And I can explain that, Your Honor.
Let me hear you.
I had gone into the bank and opened up our checking account for the Girl Scouts because they needed it to be open. I opened it with my own money. At that time, the signature card sat in the bank for at least 3 weeks. Mrs. Aton would not or did not go in to sign the signature card.
Why didn't you bring one out and give it? Shut up! Why didn't you pick up the signature card and give it to her and say, sign this off and I'll bring it back to the bank?
Because we very rarely saw each other in the morning.
What,
her
morning,
husband
afternoon? A bank card could be signed morning, afternoon, evening.
She knows where I
You
live.
can't sign somebody else's name to an account.
But she had told me to do, Your Honor, and it came from her. I didn't even know her name was Marcelinda. I've always known her as Marcy.
No.
She asked.
Go ahead.
She asked me to sign her name to that so that the bank account could get opened. I did that. Now I realize.
Where did you do that? In the bank?
In the bank.
Are you telling me you sat before a bank officer and they allowed you to sign somebody else's name?
I did.
Well, you did. And this is the same bank that wouldn't give you a copy of your deposit slip of $236 that would allow you to sit there and forge somebody's signature in a bank document?
No.
Come on, Miss Davis. It all doesn't sound very kosher to me. In any event, I have $236 that is unaccounted for. Can't account for the rest. I'm not prepared to find that she's a thief. Forged your name. She says it was with the bank's consent. That's very stupid.
Yes, I realized that after the fact that it probably wasn't something that should have been done.
Absolutely.
But we were friends, and I didn't think anything of it when she asked me to do this.
Yeah, you don't do that. I mean, I don't open an account by forging the name of my children. I don't care whether you're your friend or not. You just don't open an account that way.
She was aware of this, Your Honor.
I don't care whether they're aware of it, madam. You're not even dealing with your money. You have a fiduciary relationship towards this money. It is not yours. It belongs to the Girl Scout Council of America. And you don't do anything in that fiduciary capacity that is illegal. It is illegal to open an account with a forged name. You got it? I don't care, friends, not friends. This is a business. All right. Switch places.
Yep.
Your cross complaint is for harassment.
Yes, ma'am.
You're claiming that the defendant, Mr. Aton, who has an acknowledged hot temper and who's going to uncross his arms as we speak, has harassed you in front of your child. Tell me about it.
It started the end of school year last year when this money went missing. The first episode he did was in front of my daughter and in front of a bunch of parents, and I was furious at the point that he would do this in front of everybody. I left school and I went to Mrs.
What did he do?
He sat there and yelled and called me a thief, a liar, every four-letter word you can think of.
Where was this?
At the school where we pick up our daughters.
Where at the school?
Right in front of where their classroom is where
Inside
we
the school?
Inside the school grounds.
Well, tell me exactly what he said to you.
He came up to me and he called me a thief, called me a liar, told me he was going to get me, that I stole this money, and my daughter and I proceeded to walk away, where he just proceeded to follow us and kept calling us names.
I believe he did that.
And I went to his
I
wife's
didn't have to ask him. I believe he did it. He can't contain himself here.
I went to his wife's work where I sat my daughter down in a little play area they have there and asked to speak with her. We went in the back. I told his wife what had happened, and she was appalled. She started crying. She apologized. She came out to my daughter and apologized. And she told my daughter, she would talk to him, that he wasn't being very nice. And
I believe that too. Right?
I did say that.
Just
to
a second.
keep her working
Good
with
job.
me.
Stand up here, please. Ms. Aton, let's be very honest with each other. So far,
yes,
we're getting somewhere. She did come to your place of work and say that there was
Yelling across my platform with a bunch of customers in it.
Absolutely not.
And she said Bill was ready to kick Dan's, excuse my language.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, honey.
Hey. You want to go inside for a minute?
I don't think you're following me, Ms. Aton. My point is, immediately after she saw your husband at the school, she came to your place of employment very upset, right?
Right.
And you did have a discussion.
Yes.
All that leads me to believe that this actually occurred at the school. All right?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, it goes much deeper than that, much deeper. Insults, slandering my child.
He even went up to my daughter, my 7-year-old daughter, and told her that her mommy was no good.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Brownie Troop Leader Maureen Davis is suing her co-leader's husband, Dan Aton, for harassment.
What else?
Mr. Aton came up to me with his fists clenched and started proceeding to yell and scream at me in front of another parent. The parent.
What did he say?
He proceeded then to call me a lion and proceeded to tell me that I was a thief and I was no good. And I asked him, I was talking to another parent, I politely asked him to leave me alone, and he would not. The other parent then walked away. I asked him again to leave me alone. At that time, my daughter, we were right in front of my daughter's classroom where the door was open, and he would not leave. When my daughter came out, I took my daughter, I proceeded to walk away to the crosswalk. He proceeded to follow me and said, "You'll get yours," and he walked away. This happened every day when I went to school. He had something nasty to say every single day, until the fact that he even went up to my daughter, my 7-year-old daughter, and told her that her mommy was no good. I went to the police department 3 times. The first day of school I went, right after this happened, because my daughter was terrified.
Okay. According to what I read here, there is some indication that you did get a restraining order against
Yes, I
him.
did.
When was that?
On October 13th.
Do you have a copy of that restraining order?
Yes, I do.
May I see it, please? There has not been a hearing yet on this.
It's on the 27th.
Well,
They
I
made
can't-
me get an emergency at the police
Listen to me.
department.
Do you have an attorney?
No.
Well, you will, I'm sure, get one. I am not going to take your testimony here today with regard to these allegations of harassment, sir. Do you understand? Because there is currently an action pending, and according to this, you are in the interim not to go near the plaintiff, her husband, her child, and stay 100 yards away from all of those people, their place of work, their place of residence, et cetera, et cetera. Now, that was done on an ex-parte basis, so the court had absolutely no information from your side as to whether any of these allegations were
Yes,
true.
I haven't been able to say anything about it. She's been able
Did
to...
you understand?
Yes.
You will have your chance after you speak to an attorney. You got it?
Yes.
I have to dismiss the harassment complaint. You can refile it after the action is concluded in the Superior Court, but I'm not going to put him in the position of having to testify without benefit of counsel here when he has a current action pending. I suggest you get a lawyer, Mr. Aton. You're going to need one, because if you have a hot temper, and there is no question in my mind that with what I've seen today, that there may be some validity to her complaints, that if she gets a restraining order against you and you violate it, you could go to jail.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She acknowledges that you gave her $236.
Okay.
She cannot present to me any proof from her bank, the bank that permitted her to forge your signature on a signature card, according to her, yet would not give her a copy of the receipt. So I'm perfectly comfortable on your complaint awarding you $236.
People can be provoked, Your Honor.
I didn't provoke you here,
No,
sir.
I'm not
Nothing
saying-
here provoked you.
No.
Nothing here provoked you. But I could tell that you are easily provoked. You're easily provoked because you think that this is a major deal. We're talking about money. We're not talking about
No,
your health.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. It goes much deeper than that. Much deeper. Insults, slandering my child. I'm very protective of my family. I almost lost all 3 of them. I almost lost her to cancer. Almost lost my youngest.
So if you are smart and you know that this is money, and you have your wife, and she has her health, right? Money. Not important. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She just didn't want to face the fact that she didn't deposit the money.
I think they were having problems at the time, and that's something that they needed, that was between the two of them, and unfortunately I got in the middle of a marital problem.
Just hope nobody ever comes up against her.
I'm just glad it's over with and that I can go to school with my head held high and not be called a thief anymore.
"22-year-old Tiffany Cantrell for a false arrest and harassment. Tiffany claims her father was hiding her car.
Now, this is case number 217 on the calendar, the matter of Tyler versus Cantrell. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. Tyler, the defendant is your daughter, and it is your claim that she had you falsely arrested for stealing her car. Your daughter says that you did exercise control over that car without her permission. She had every right to notify the police that you had, in fact, taken the car without permission. So let me start with you, Miss Cantrell. I understand that you are married,
Yes, ma'am.
Your husband is in the armed services?
Yes, ma'am.
Where is he currently located?
He's in Afghanistan.
And how long has he been there?
He's been deployed since October.
This car was originally purchased for him?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me how it came about that your father got the car in his possession.
The car was on my grandmother's property, and he took it because he was angry that my mom had left him.
Where did you get the car from, Mr. Tyler?
Judge, I originally bought the car in Cleveland, Alabama at a car auction.
What do you mean you bought the car?
I was there to buy some cars, and my ex-wife had called her, and she came over to the auction. And she seen the car, and she said, I'd like to have this for Kevin, her husband.
Who paid for the car?
She did.
So that she
wrote a
bought the
check.
car.
She
You
wrote-
didn't pay for the car.
No, she
Well,
wrote
you
a
said
check.
I bought the car
Well,
at an auction.
I
You
meant,
didn't-
Judge, that I was there to buy the car, and she wanted it, so I let her have it. That's how.
You were at an auction to buy several cars. Your daughter
Yes.
came with you. She saw a car that she wanted. She wrote out the check for it. So she bought the car.
Right.
Don't play
Right.
with me, Mr. Tyler.
Okay, I'm not, Judge.
I guarantee you
Okay.
it's not going to happen. Okay, so your daughter bought a car, and according to her, she parked it at her grandmother's house.
No, Judge.
Where was it?
It was in my yard.
So it was in the yard of the house where you were living.
Uh-huh.
Who were you living there with?
My ex-wife.
Anybody else?
My cousin.
What's the address of this house?
77, Highway 75.
And is that where the car was taken from?
No, ma'am.
Where was it taken from?
71, Highway 75.
That's where your grandmother lives?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you live next door to your mother-in-law?
That's my mother, Judge.
Or your mother?
Yes, ma'am.
Was the car parked at her house at any time?
No, Judge.
Okay. How did it come about that you took control over this car?
When the car was bought, it was to be brought to my house to fix for Kevin. And at the time, Judge, they were going to pay for it to be fixed. And Kevin had gotten hurt and come home. And Kevin asked me when he was home if I would keep the car at my house until he came back and fix what it needed, and when I get home, I'll pay you for it.
Okay.
So we had a windshield put in it. When you walk out my back door, it was sitting right there with a car cover on it. Then, Judge, when my ex-wife left...
Okay, so you separated.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
It's a long story behind it. But anyway,
let's put it
when
simply. Ultimately, she wanted the car.
to give it to her mom, because I wouldn't let her mom
Just a
have
second.
one.
In whose name was the car titled?
Mine.
Yours.
And my husband's.
So she said, I want the car. I'm going to give it to Mama.
Yes.
So what did you do?
I had told her prior to this that me and Sammy was going to fix the car. He would do. He told me, he said, if you'll pay for the parts, I'll do the labor, and when Kevin comes home, we'll give it to him. And Judge, that's what I had in mind doing.
I don't care what you had in mind,
and
sir.
she-
I don't care what you had in mind. I got the gist of it. You and her mother separated, and she said, I want the car to give to Mama.
Right.
I assume that's because her mother didn't have a car.
Right. And
Okay, and you said no.
and not unless you pay me.
Okay, so now you want to be paid before Kevin came back from Afghanistan.
Well, if she was going to take it. Okay.
You had made an arrangement with Kevin that he would pay you for the parts when he came back from Afghanistan.
Yes, ma'am.
That was your contract.
Yes, ma'am.
So now you're changing the contract because now you want to get paid right away.
Well, the car was to stay there, Judge, till he came home.
No, it can go anywhere that the owner says it can go.
But he told me to keep it there
But
until
then
he...
you spoke to him again and he said to give it to her.
No, he called on the phone, Judge.
I said you spoke to him again and he said to give it to my wife.
If she pays.
No.
Yeah.
He said give it to my wife.
If she pays the labor to Sammy, not the parts, but just the labor.
Labor to Sammy has nothing to do with you.
Right.
What did you do with the car?
Well, a couple of days there, the car winded up. You could tell where it had tried to be broken into. Not for sure who done it. We took it and put it in storage.
Not we. You.
Well, me and my cousin. He had done the labor on it, Judge, and I'd paid for the parts.
Did you tell her where it was?
Yes, I told her I'd put it in storage, and when she paid us, she could get it. There was a labor lien against it. And she wanted proof of it, Judge, so I sent her proof of it.
Let me see what you mailed her.
And may I speak, Judge?
No, now it's her turn.
Okay.
Go ahead.
When they sent this letter, they did send the letter, but it was not sent until after the investigator had called and spoke with him about my car.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. I have the report. And
Can I
also-
see the report,
Yes, ma'am.
please? That's interesting, because you send her this ridiculous note that says, I have in my possession a Pontiac Firebird, and there is a $10 storage fee on it. And then you change the amount of repair bill, it looks like you put first it was $1,300, then it was $700, I don't know, can't figure this out. And you say if you don't respond within 90 days, the car will be sold at public auction. Now this, I don't know what date this is, but she signed for it on May 23rd, because she allegedly sent this by certified mail. But she filed this incident report on the 16th of May, which is before you sent this letter to her. So the police contacted you. Put your hand down. Police contacted you and said, where's the car?
Probably.
Or they contacted Sammy.
No, they come out and contacted me.
Oh, there you go. And then you sent her this letter.
Judge, the officer, the day he came out, he wanted a copy of that letter. The day the officer come out and talked.
It's absolutely impossible, sir, because you dated this letter May 17th. That was the next day after the officer took this complaint.
Judge, he didn't come out the day he took the complaint.
I don't care whether he came out and took the complaint on that day or not. It doesn't make any difference, sir.
Okay.
What I'm telling you is, I got the whole story. You know what the whole story is? You were mad at your ex-wife.
Oh, yeah.
And you didn't want her to have a car. Don't shake your head no to me. You were angry, you didn't want her to have a car, and you had worked on this car, and when your daughter said, I'm going to give this car to Mama to use because you're not giving her a car, you said, over my dead body, because I put money in that car, and I was going to give it to Kevin, but I won't give it to the woman who I've lived with for the last, I don't know, how many years, 30 years?
24, Judge.
24, and raised a bunch of children with how many children?
4.
4 children. I'm not going to give it to her because I don't like her. I like this stranger, now husband of my child, and I'd give him for nothing, but I'm not giving it to my ex-wife because who the hell does she think she is throwing me out?
You're right.
Well, that's too damn bad. You had no right. That's too bad, Mr. Tyler.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Uncross your hands. Your wife may have taken your attitude for 24 years. I don't. What I'm telling you is you didn't do it because you put a mechanic's lien on it. You did it because you were PO'd at your wife.
And later today,
I needed some money to put down. She gave us the money.
I didn't give the money.
Okay, just a second. Why would you choose to pay back your in-laws and not your mother?
Because it's my mother.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Billy Tyler says his daughter, Tiffany Cantrell, had him falsely arrested for stealing her car.
Mr. Tyler?
She took it all and gave it to a man one time. She ain't going to do it again.
Listen to me, Mr. Tyler. I don't know the reason after 24 years and raising 4 children with somebody that they say, I don't want to live with them anymore. I'm not going back over that. I don't know whether you were a good husband, whether you were not a good husband, whether you were a kind person to her, whether she was a kind person to you. I have no idea.
She's the one who left.
She may have had good reason. Let me tell you something about most women. And how old is your wife?
42.
Most women, if they have a loving mate, someone who cherishes them and cares for them,
Some of them appreciate it.
I'm speaking, and treat them well, they don't say, I'd rather go it alone. See, sometimes men do, because, you know, men will turn around and they'll say, well, I can find somebody who's 20. What do I need? This 42-year-old who's raised my 4 children. Now, your wife must not be a bad person because her daughter says, I'm going to let you use this car if Daddy won't give you a car. So evidently, uncross your hands. Your wife may have taken your attitude for 24 years. I don't. What I'm telling you is you had no right to take that car and put it in a place where she couldn't find it. And you didn't do it because you put a mechanic's lien on it. You did it because you were PO'd at your wife. And that you had no right to do. You had no right to exercise dominion and control over a car that did not belong to you. Now, your daughter, as far as I'm concerned, should not have gone to the police, should have tried to settle this matter civilly. But then again, you took your mother's side in this altercation. Yeah, you felt badly for her.
Somewhat, yes, ma'am.
You felt badly for her. So, in a family situation, should she have gone to the police? Probably not. Did she have a legal right to go to the police because you exercised dominion and control over her car? Absolutely. Don't say no. She did. And what they found when they found you not guilty wasn't because you weren't guilty of exercising control over the car, sir. What they said was, this is really a family matter, and we're not going to find you guilty of a criminal act because what you were really doing was acting vindictive. And we're not going to get involved with that. So, sir, she had the legal right, put your hand down, she had a legal right to call the police to make a police report that she no longer had a car that was titled in her name and that you had.
even though she had brought the car down there and told me to fix it.
Listen to me, sir. You can't trip over your own words. What you said to me 10 minutes ago was it was your intention to fix the car. First, you said you were going to make a gift to Kevin when he came back from Afghanistan. Then you changed that and you said, well, I spoke to him and he said to me he would pay me for the parts when he came back from Afghanistan. She never told you she would pay you for anything, unless you're going to change your story again.
Judge,
Right. You have no case, Mr. Tyler. Grow up. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Her mother left after me catching her with another man.
He's been abusive to my mom my whole life.
Didn't only catch her with another man, I caught her 3 days later sitting on a computer in my home talking to another man.
He let that come between a relationship with his daughter and his grandchildren.
I told her to get out of my home because we'd been divorced 4 years ago, and I put her out.
He didn't kick her out. She left in the middle of the night because he wouldn't let her leave on her own.
I've seen their car in the home, and I was there the day that someone tried to break in it.
She said, no, I'm going to get the car, and I'm not paying neither one of you nothing. And she did.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Johnson versus Leffler. Step forward.
Jean Johnson is suing her daughter, 28-year-old Christine Leffler, for 2 unpaid loans. Jean says her daughter is taking advantage of her.
Miss Johnson, this young lady is your daughter.
Yes.
Your complaint alleges 2 loans to your daughter, and she has repaid neither.
Correct.
Your daughter says that her family came on hard times. You were kind enough to offer her some money for housing. She accepted your offer, which was a gift, not a loan.
Yes.
Tell me about the first amount of money that your mother gave you.
My mother had given us $2,000.
When?
April, I believe.
Why?
My husband was the owner-operator of his own business, a trucking company, and we're from Massachusetts. It was very snowy this winter, so his work slowed down quite a bit. And then he had to have major surgery on his colon, and that put him out of work for a couple months. So things were very bad for us, mortgage-wise. So we decided that, it might be better for my husband's business, trucking, to move to Florida. That's always sunny there. You don't have to worry about missed days. So, we found a house and that we liked, and she gave us the money.
I didn't give the money.
Okay, just a second. Wait 1 second. Tell me about the call that you got for the $2,000.
Well, they did have hard times, and she did call me, and she needed some help with the deposit on the house that they were going to get in Florida. I was against it. I didn't want my grandson going all the way to Florida. You're a grandmother.
That's true.
And I told her I would loan her the money, but I needed the money back. It was
When did you expect her, and how did you expect her to pay it back?
Her house was on the market, and she had promised to pay me back after May 26th when she sold her house.
Now, when was the next loan? When was the next amount of money that your mother gave you?
I'm not sure of the exact dates, but, we did talk about that, and she knew that we were on hard times. And when we did get an offer on the house, it was less than what we had expected.
Well, how much did you get?
We got about 17 grand. Unfortunately, due to being behind, my husband had to catch up on.
So you netted $17,000 in profit?
Yes.
And how much was this second amount of money that your mother gave you, and for what?
She had found us a rental house in Westboro. Every time I would go over to her house, I would get
Well, the first house fell through in Florida.
Well, that was to build for us to own. She had found us a rental house.
Why did it fall through?
The builder had been put to a halt in Florida. He had too many outstanding projects per the person that we were going through.
So you lost the $2,000?
Yes. Yep. So she had found us a house in Westboro. She gave the woman the money to secure it so we'd be in the same town as her. And I knew that she knew that we had no way of paying her back. I couldn't pay my mortgage. How was I going to pay her back all this money? It's ridiculous.
Out of the sale of the house.
Well, that's just the thing, Your Honor. I mean, everybody else that, my husband had his truck that he owned, which was quite a lot of money every month. So we had all these back months that I had to pay. And, we owed money to his parents. I mean, it was just out of control this winter.
How much money did you owe to his parents?
We owed his parents $5,000.
They got their money.
Shh. Did you pay him back?
Yes.
Did your mother know that you had paid back your husband's parents?
Yes.
What does your mom do for a living?
She works in an office.
And your father?
My father's a retired policeman.
So he has a pension?
I believe so.
And your in-laws?
My father's a retired state policeman.
Your father-in-law?
My father-in-law, excuse me, is a retired state policeman.
So he has a pension?
Yes.
And your mother-in-law?
I believe she works at TJ Maxx still.
They have comparable kind of incomes. Why would you choose to pay back your in-laws and not your mother?
Because it's my mother, and because she knew that we were in difficult times. I mean, my husband had to go back and take a job working for somebody again. He had to sell the truck, ultimately, because we couldn't afford to pay for it.
Well,
so now you go from making this much money to making this much money, and all these people that you owed, they really don't care. They want their money either way. So trying to raise an 8-year-old and,
Ms.
you know what I'm
Leffler, I
saying?
understand you, and I am compassionate to your position. And to be quite honest with you, unless your parents had their back to the wall and needed this money desperately, I don't think I would have pursued this matter in a court. I'm telling you right now, Ms. Johnson, I would not have done that because I think that your daughter, she strikes me as being a reasonable person. But I think, Mrs. Leffler, that you could have handled it a little more reasonably and said to your husband, listen, we have one pot of money. We have $5,000 that we're able to scrape together to pay back our collective parents. And we can't pay them all back what we should together. So let's work it out and give each set of parents $2,500 and say, you know, we're going to try our best to put some money together so that we will have the respect of both sets of parents, not just one.
Well, I really didn't think that she wanted, I mean, I didn't think it was a loan. I really
Well,
didn't.
but listen, you can't tell me that the first time you heard about it was when you got served with a small claims summons. This is something that's been going on for a while. And I'm going to suggest to you that your mother might have let this slide for a longer period of time until she found out that you paid back your in-laws $5,000. Because, quite frankly, that would irritate me. You say to me, it's a very interesting thing. You said to me, it's because it's my mother.
Well, can I say that she didn't want the money until she decided she wanted to pay off her second summer car. She's got a nice Saab convertible. Not really something you need to have, but she has it. So, you know, I have to give her this money because she wants to pay her car off.
Just a minute. That's not your determination to make.
But all of a sudden, it's...
What do you do for a living?
I work in an office.
Same as your mother?
Mm-hmm.
And your husband's working now?
Well, he's working for somebody now. He's not making the kind of money he used to.
Well, he's working.
Yes.
And you have one child.
We do.
When did you pay back your in-laws?
When we sold the house.
You owe your mother the money. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I truly thought that my mother wouldn't sue me.
You know, other people got paid back, and my daughter took care of some of her bills, and, you know, the bank of mom just wasn't there.
Hopefully we can move on and just get past it, and I won't ever borrow money from her again or take money or whatever.
Philip Shufflin is suing ex-girlfriend, 18-year-old Teresa Bailey, for a $300 doctor bill. Philip says she paid back $60 and then stopped.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 372 on the calendar in the matter of Shufflin versus Bailey. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat, please.
Mr. Shufflin, it is your claim that the defendant, with whom you were involved romantically, had borrowed at some point $300 from you for some medical bills as a result of a car accident that she had had. You are no longer involved romantically. You claim that she made one payment to you. I believe you said the payment was $60. Is that right?
Yes.
And so she still owes you $240.
Yes.
She says no way. When did you start to date her?
In about May. I'm not sure exact date, but in May.
Of this year?
Last year.
And when did you make her this loan?
As far as I can remember, it was about June.
Of 99?
Of 99, yes.
And tell me the circumstances surrounding the loan. Okay. She must have told you that she needed money.
Well, basically what happened is she kept telling me when we talked on the phone, her parents were bothering about the money that for a doctor bill.
What was the doctor bill for?
A car accident before we even met.
And what did you say to her when she told you that her parents were bothering her about this medical bill?
I said I can loan her $300, but since I don't have the money, but I'll give that to her, I'd have to be paid back.
And what did she say?
She said, okay.
When did you break up?
Not exactly sure. I think about January, February.
Of this year?
Yes, yes.
And when did she make the first payment to you? First and only payment?
A month later, about July.
Did you ask her about the money the remainder of the time? August, September, October, November, December?
No, I never asked her about it.
How come?
I just didn't think about it. I thought she'd pay me back like she paid $6 back. I thought she'd pay me back the rest. She told me that she would. She's always, even if we break up, she'd pay me back the full amount.
Well, I understand that, but for all those months, she never made any further payment. Did you live together?
No, we did not.
You saw each other exclusively?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'll hear your version of the events.
The hospital bill was not for a car accident. It was for a miscarriage, or as the hospital puts it, pregnancy complications.
When?
It was in June
of 99.
Last year.
You started to date the defendant in May of 99?
Mm-hmm.
When in May?
I think like the 11th.
Where did you meet?
Him and his friends picked up on me at the mall.
And when did you have your first date with him?
Jeez, I don't know. He called me the next day. I guess we hung out like a week later.
So that would have been, hanging out would have been, say, the 18th of May. Is that right?
Yeah.
When you said you hung out, was that a date?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
I don't remember.
We went to the movies.
And do you recall how much after this first movie date that you had any intimate relationship with him?
Only like 2 weeks.
2 weeks after that?
Yeah.
All right. 2 weeks after that would have brought you to the end of May.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Now I'll see your paper.
It's really small, sorry.
When did you go into the hospital?
The 23rd of July.
In your reply, you said this all started in June of 99 when I became pregnant by the plaintiff.
I got pregnant in June, but I was in the hospital in July because I was about 4 weeks along.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about this automobile accident that you had.
The automobile accident was like 2 months before I met him, like a month before I met him, something like that.
Right. Tell me about it.
I was on my way back from a friend's house with my best friend at the time. Her mom was driving, her sister was in the car. It was 5 o'clock traffic on a Friday night. There was a guy behind us, he wasn't paying attention, and he hit us from the back. It was like nothing.
Did you see a doctor?
No, I did not.
Okay, so you say that this $300 that he gave you was towards the medical bill for this pregnancy that you had after you met him.
Yes.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you tell him that?
Yes, he knew.
So tell me what you told him.
I called him one day crying because I thought that I was pregnant, and I didn't know what to do. And he said...
Had you been using birth control?
No.
Why not?
Because I was being stupid, basically. I wasn't thinking, and
yes,
that was wrong of me.
Yes.
And he said something along the lines of, well, if you are, we'll take care of it. And then I started bleeding about a week before I went into the hospital, and I ended up in the hospital at like 4:30 in the morning because I was bleeding really bad and I was cramping really bad, and my dad didn't know what was wrong with me.
And is that what you claim he gave you the $300 for?
Yes, it is. And I gave him back $100, not $60.
Did you show him the bills?
I never saw the bills myself.
Why not?
I was 17 years old. My stepmom handled it.
And you're 18 now, is that
Yes.
it? How old are you?
19.
Within a couple of weeks after you met, you claimed that you were pregnant by the plaintiff.
Yes.
Did you have any other boyfriends before the plaintiff?
Yes, I have had boyfriends.
Did you have any intimate relations with anyone else before the defendant?
No.
No?
Not until, well, it was 2 years prior. And it was one time.
I mean, there was something about him that you found irresistible?
I guess. Couldn't tell you what it was, but...
One of the problems that I have, sir, is that after you gave her this money, you didn't ask for it back in the 6 months that you continued to date, right?
Yes.
So what I want to know is, why now?
I wanted it back for a long time. I just never got around to going to the courthouse and filing the suit for it. That's basically, I wanted it. It wasn't a loan at all. It was not meant to be a loan. I just never got around to the courthouse.
You said it wasn't meant to be a loan?
I mean a gift. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I never gave her money for a doctor bill, and she never told me that the money I gave her was for the pregnancy of the doctor bill. If it had been for that, I will pay for that. If
You
it is
know
for
better
that.
than that.
Miss Bailey, the problem that I have is that you say you paid some of this money back.
I did.
Why?
Why? Because he was like getting a new job, and he was kind of in between jobs, I think, at the time, and he had just bought a car. And there was this thing that he really, really wanted to get for the car, and I happened to have just gotten paid, so I gave him the money. And the only reason why we're standing here today is because he's mad because he cheated on me and I broke up with him.
Now, you say that this money was used for complications as a result of pregnancy.
Yes.
That doesn't necessarily mean it wasn't a gift. Just because you had a medical bill doesn't mean that he obligated himself to pay it.
It's his baby. He should have to pay half of it.
That's not written anywhere, madam. Where's that written?
You're telling me that if this happened to you, you wouldn't think that...
This wouldn't happen to me, madam. I'm smarter than that. We're not talking about things that are moral. We're talking about things that are legal. You see, if two people are not married, there is no presumption that this child is his child. None whatsoever. If two people are married and the wife becomes pregnant, they are jointly and severally responsible. That means both of them together and each of them individually are responsible.
You know what it means?
Are responsible for the hospital bill or any bills as a result of this pregnancy. But when two people are not married and they choose to have sex, unprotected sex, the woman, unfortunately, is usually the one that gets stuck if there's a complication. But there is nothing in the law that says he is responsible to pay for half of anything until he has adjudicated the father of a child. And that doesn't happen until after a baby is born and they can do blood tests, but not before. That's the law. Now, that may be unfair to women, but that's the law. So you have to give them back, and I will give you credit for the $100. You say it was $100, you say it was $60. Mr. Schleffen, it's not such a big deal. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $200. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Don't ever date this boy. Ever.
Don't date her.
And now the next case.
All parties on Chavez versus Johnson. Step forward.
43-year-old construction worker Chris Chavez is suing former landlord, 43-year-old dance instructor Christy Johnson, for the return of a security deposit and rent after she evicted him without notice. Christy says Chris was constantly drunk.
Mr. Chavez, you rented a room from the defendant,
Yes, Your Honor.
and according to you, she unceremoniously told you you had to leave after several weeks.
Yes.
And you are suing her for the return of your security deposit
Correct.
and any prorated rent.
Correct.
Okay?
Yes.
And she said she was forced for safety reasons to have you evicted immediately, and that she's not returning your security deposit because there was damage to the room. That's what this case is about, right?
Mostly.
That's good enough for me. Mostly is good enough for me. Okay. How much was your security deposit?
The security deposit was $294.50.
And the rent?
$350.
When did you move in?
On August 8th,
And when were you told to leave?
August 27th, I believe it was. Not real accurate of the date when I left. I was too afraid, and a lot was going on.
Okay. Is it correct that he left on the 27th, that you told him to leave on the 27th?
I gave Chris notice in writing. First, I gave him a letter on the 23rd trying to work out the problems that were going on. And I think it was a day or two later I gave him a notice in writing and asking him to leave by Saturday, which I think is the 27th.
27th. So then you owe him some money for rent.
No, I do not, Your Honor.
Yes, you do.
Your Honor?
Yes.
He paid rent through the end of the month.
Yes.
And he left of his own free will.
You told him to leave by Saturday. That's what you just told me.
Yes.
What do you mean? How could he leave of his own free will, madam, if you gave him a letter telling him that he had to be out by sundown on Saturday? That's not leaving of his own free will.
Well, I didn't have to get anybody to kick him out.
Are you for real?
Yes. Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Now, let's talk about his security deposit. What was wrong with the apartment?
He had left all his stuff there, and that is because he got in a car accident while being drunk.
What was wrong with his room that you did not return his security deposit?
I had to spend my time packing up his things, cleaning the room. I had to paint the room. He started painting the room and didn't finish the job, so I had to buy paint and paint the room.
Because you kicked him out?
No, he did the job before he moved in, which was around the 9th or 10th. And we're talking 2 weeks later, Your Honor. And I'm asking for the rent to be deducted from the 1st of the month to the 23rd of the month of September, because he didn't give me a 30-day notice, and it cost me money to pay for the rent while he was not there.
Get real.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Chris Chavez claims former landlord Christy Johnson evicted him without notice. Christy says Chris was constantly drunk around her children.
Go ahead.
I have a letter here that I gave him on the 23rd of August that outlines the fact that he had been
Can I see the letter, please?
Sure.
drunk in my home for several days, had not gone to work, had lied to me, had totally misrepresented himself to me.
Just a second. I'm writing this note because it seems that you have a hard time talking to me, or maybe anyone, about what's going on with you. I know that you are having a hard time right now and invite you to talk to me about the big stuff in your life. Go deeper in your conversations with me. I don't want to live with someone who clams up and holds up in his room for days on end. I am concerned about you. This is not what you write to a tenant. You write to a tenant, you're leaving your garbage in the hall, your dog is pooping all over the stairway, you know, because you leave food out, there are roaches all over the place. You don't write a tenant that you don't want to live with somebody who clams up and doesn't want to talk to me.
Well, Your Honor, he didn't talk to anybody for
Who cares?
about 6 days.
He doesn't have to talk about it to his soul.
Well, he lied to his boss. He told his boss that he couldn't come into work.
What difference does that make to you?
Well, the difference that it makes to me, Your Honor, is that he was drunk in my home, and I have 2 small children, aged 5 and 9.
No. You don't say that here.
Yeah.
No, you don't say that here. You said, I am also concerned for my family. It is apparent to me that you have a drinking problem. We have also smelled cigarette smoke coming from your room. I have lived with drinkers, and I know the symptoms. I have been in enough bars in my life to know the smell of booze in the air. You try very hard to hide these facts, but you're not fooling me. Okay? Doesn't say that he did anything untoward towards you, did anything untoward towards your children, came home and threw up all over your living room couch. It said that you smelled alcohol on his breath and that you know the symptoms of alcoholism.
Your Honor, the smell permeated the house. I also...
Then you made a mistake in renting the room to him.
I did make a mistake.
Then what a landlord does is a landlord gives somebody 30 days notice and says, go and find yourself another room.
I was afraid to let him stay in my house.
Then how dare you even suggest to me that you want him to pay September's rent because he didn't give you 30 days notice? Doesn't that sound ridiculous to you?
Not to me, Your Honor.
Well, it sounds ridiculous to me. It probably sounds ridiculous to the other 10 million people who are going to watch this program, I think.
I feared for the safety of myself and my children. It was very stressful. It was very scary. This man was drunk, and he urinated his pants and didn't know it. This man had sushi in his room for 3 days, smelled like a dead animal was coming out of his room.
Okay.
He was so drunk. I have receipts there that show that he, every day for 6 days, he bought a quart of Bacardi rum and Pepsi. He stayed in his room.
How did you find those receipts?
to drink it. When I cleaned his room because he refused to take his stuff away. They were in the trash.
You had an obligation to give him 30 days notice, Miss Johnson. Was half the room painted, sir?
It was all painted except for the trimming, trim the edges. That's all I had to do to be finished with it.
I read your papers, and I understand that you were going through a difficult personal time in your life.
Yes.
You were going through a separation from your wife?
Yes.
Your Honor, excuse me, he lied to me when he moved in. He did not tell me he was separating from his wife. He told me
not true, Your
he
Honor.
was in a roommate situation, the house was being sold, and he had to leave.
What difference does that make to you?
Well, because it set up a lot of lies. He misrepresented himself as an upstanding young man who worked constantly, and he didn't do any of those things. And after doing research,
You're a landlord,
I
madam.
found many of those
You're not
things
his
wrong.
companion.
No.
You're not his therapist.
No.
If he wants to tell you that he's living with 6 monkeys, that's his business. He doesn't have to tell you that he's separated from his wife. That information he doesn't have to share with you at all.
No, he didn't, Your Honor.
Right. He
Your
does.
Honor,
You're
prior to
absolutely right.
moving out-
But my question is, Mr. Shevins, did you drink a little too much during that period of time?
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't drive. I just stayed in my room, worked on computer.
Is what you're telling me is you knew enough that you had had too much to drink to drive your car.
Exactly. I did not drive my vehicle.
Your Honor, that's a lie. He drove his car while he was drunk. He got in a car accident. He told me while he was drunk.
Has nothing to do. He's not your boyfriend, madam.
No, he is
He's
not
not
my
your boyfriend. He's a tenant.
But he's dangerous, and he was in my home.
He did not do anything dangerous in your home.
He was bumping into walls.
Oh, Miss Johnson.
In my home.
Yeah, I would suggest that you not rent to anybody else.
I am not, Your Honor.
Good. It's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. You throw him out and you want him to pay the next month's rent because he didn't give you 30 days' notice. And I'm issuing a judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $350.50. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He has a really hard life, and he drinks it away, and he misrepresents and lies.
Oh, I thought it was pretty much hilarious.
6 days straight, he was drinking.
Especially if I peed my pants. I don't think so.
Arborist Corey Dunkel for an unpaid loan for bail. Corey says it was his aunt who paid the money.
Order. All rise. Now this is case number 378 on the calendar in the matter of McPhillips versus Dunkel. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Miss McPhillips, the defendant used to be your boyfriend.
Yes.
According to your complaint, he was arrested on a charge of assaulting another girlfriend.
Over there.
And you bailed him out.
Yes.
He says that you may have physically gone down to pay the bail, but it was not paid with your money, it was his aunt's money.
That's right.
Okay. When he was arrested, were you still dating?
Yes.
What date was he arrested?
May 25th.
And how did you find out that he was arrested?
His sister and her boyfriend called me at work and told me that they came to his house and arrested him.
And what did you do?
I left work and we went to his aunt's house, who then gave his sister money for his lawyer.
Oh, no.
And then her boyfriend gave another $200
Just a
for
second.
his lawyer.
You went to an aunt's house?
Yes.
And at the aunt's house, you all picked up some money?
Yes.
How much money?
His aunt and her fiance gave $300, and Chris Maxey gave $200.
Chris is the boyfriend?
Of Dina, yes.
So that was $500 altogether?
Yes, for his lawyer.
But then he's still in jail, so what happened with his bail?
The next day, we went to a court hearing, and they said that his bail was $1,000.
And what did you do then?
Me and Dina and Chris all then went to my bank and took the money out of the bank. And then
Out of your bank?
Yes.
And you have proof of that?
I don't have my bank records because it was back in May, and I had $1,003.24 in the bank. And I took out the money, and so the account was closed. And I didn't think I needed proof because I assumed he would give it back like he said he would.
Miss McPhillips, that sounds like the most ridiculous answer. If you know you're suing somebody, and you know there's an issue, and you have bank statements that you receive each month, then that's the one piece of evidence that it would seem to me that you would bring.
It was back in May.
So what? We're not talking about 20 years ago. We're talking about 6 months ago.
And I didn't file the claim till November because that was when his court date was, and I didn't think that I needed the statement in May or I would have gotten one.
You get a statement from a bank every month.
Yes, but I don't keep them. And so I don't have the one from May. But I have the piece of paper saying that I am the one who gave the people the money that bailed him out. Why would I be suing him for money that wasn't mine?
We're going to find out in a minute. Go ahead, Mr. Dunkel.
Yeah, like she said, I was arrested. My sister and her boyfriend, Chris, were at my house when the police picked me up. I called my aunt that night from jail and told her they'll set my bail the next morning. She said, I asked her, if she could bail me out, and she said, sure, that's no problem.
That is a lie.
Well,
where's your aunt?
Where's
your aunt?
She's at home. She runs a home daycare. She wasn't able to be here. I have a statement here written from her.
I don't take statements written from witnesses.
Okay.
Where is your aunt's bank statement that shows me that she withdrew $1,000 from a bank.
She had it in cash. The next day, my bail was set for $1,000. My sister, Chris, and Brandy went to my aunt's house. My aunt gave them the money, $1,000 to bail me out of jail. They went to the police station. Brandy, Dina, and Chris went to the police station. I don't know why Brandy was entrusted the money to bail me out, probably because she was my girlfriend at the time. But she gave them the money, they gave them the bond receipt. So the bond receipt's in her name, so I think she's entitled to...
Okay, but if his aunt gave the money, then why wouldn't they have given it to Dina? She is his sister. Wouldn't his aunt trust Dina with the money?
Madam,
more than
you're
me?
not standing there in a very good place, because all you had to do to be successful today was to bring me a bank statement. That's all you had to do.
I didn't keep it. I didn't think I'd need it. I thought that he would pay me back like he told me he was going
But
to.
then you knew he was not going to pay you back, and you knew you were coming to court.
But I already didn't have
Listen
the
to me.
statement.
What do you mean you already didn't have a statement? You called the bank and you said, I need
The account
May's
was
statement.
closed, so they wouldn't give me a statement.
That's not true.
I
That's
did call
not-
the bank, and
What?
they wouldn't give me a statement since the account had been closed for 6 months.
Do you know that I don't believe that?
That's the truth.
All right, I'm going to hear you witnesses, because so far, a lot of what you told me, sir, is hearsay. Who was present when the aunt turned over this $1,000? Step up. Tell me your name.
Dina Van Grunsven.
So, what happened?
Basically, we showed up at my aunt's house after we went to his court hearing, and my aunt handed Brandy the money and said...
That is a lie.
Shh.
And we got back in Chris's car. We went down there. Brandy ran out and paid for his bond.
What time was the bail hearing on the 26th?
At 9 o'clock.
Shh. And what time was he bailed out?
5 o'clock, around 5.
So you knew the exact date of the withdrawal. It had to be on the 26th of May.
It was around 1 o'clock in the afternoon because I had to wait for my friend who was living with me at the time to bring down my driver's license because they wouldn't let me withdraw the money out of the bank without my driver's license, even though my
Okay.
signature matched.
All right. I want you to do this. I want you to get the telephone number of the bank, get on the phone with the bank manager. You tell the bank manager that you are in court now. You would like them to research their record and just be able to tell the court, that's me, whether on the 26th of May of the year 2000 there was a $1,000 withdrawal from your savings account. Now, the two of you would agree that if there was $1,000 withdrawn from her savings account on the 26th, that would pretty much establish that you're lying, right?
Right.
So there's no issue with regard to that,
Right.
right?
Unless it
I
was
don't-
pay your bills. I don't know. I got my aunt's phone number right here. You can call her and
Why
just
would
talk
I
to
want to believe
'Cause
your
there's
aunt
my-
over
that's
the
my prime
telephone?
witness. You know,
If
she
your
gave me the
prime
money.
witness is supposed to be here, sir,
Well,
you
she
would
runs a
agree,
daycare, she
sir, since you weren't there, that if the bank manager, who I'm sure will be cooperative with me,
Okay. he
because
can cooperate with you.
they're always cooperative with me, and he certainly is disinterested,
Okay.
will tell me that she withdrew $1,000 from her account on the 26th, that would mean that you and all your relatives and all your friends are lying, right? And
Not necessarily.
Oh, yes.
Well,
of
why
course.
would they give you the
Of
bank
course.
statement and they wouldn't give their own, their own customer the bank statement?
Why? Because it's much harder to say no to me. Miss McPhillips, did you get the number?
Yes, I did.
May I have it, please? You sure you want to continue with this?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. All right.
You have a seat.
Yes, can I have extension 426, please? Thank you. Yes, this is Judge Judy Scheindlin. I'm calling because I'm in the midst of trying a case involving one of your clients, Miss McPhillips, Brandy McPhillips. And the main issue in the case revolves around a withdrawal made from her savings account on the 26th of May. Can you tell me if there was a withdrawal? There was. And that was the total amount of the withdrawal. Wonderful. Thank you very much. I appreciate your trouble. Bye-bye. I just love it when everybody's lying a little bit. Miss McPhillips, you did in fact make a withdrawal on that day.
$850.
Well, that's not what you told me initially. Miss McPhillips, just listen to me.
I tried to tell you that I had $150 cash,
No,
but you
Miss
didn't let me
McPhillips,
finish.
listen to me carefully. You didn't try to tell me anything. What you told me was you had $1,003 in your savings account. You withdrew $1,000, leaving you $3 left. That's what you told me. You didn't try to tell me anything else. However, you did withdraw on the 26th, $850. And I'm looking at the bail receipt. The bail receipt, they're so smart. They list the denominations of the bills. 800s, 150. Then there is 110 and 720s. So we got to get it straight. You withdrew the $850. Now, where did you get the extra cash from?
I work at a bar on the weekends, and that was my tip money from the week before.
So how do you have tip money when you...
Don't speak to her! Liar, liar, pants on fire. Don't speak to her. You step up here.
Good.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a debt consolidation
You're what?
counselor. A debt counselor.
You're supposed to be honest when you're a debt counselor.
I am honest.
Not today, you weren't.
Yes, I am.
Oh, no, you weren't.
Yes, I am.
You were lying.
No, ma'am.
Oh, yes, you are. Because, you see, based upon the fib that you told me, you and Mr. Wonderful over here,
Thank
you all went to the aunt's house, all of you,
Mm-hmm.
and you took Auntie's money, and you went and paid the bail with Auntie's money, and you just handed the money to her. It seems unreasonable and unfathomable why, with her boyfriend in jail, she would go and withdraw practically all the money she had in the bank, and then go out on a spending spree or decide to pay her bills from her savings account.
What, she can't take money out of her savings account to pay her bills?
Are you asking me a question?
Well,
Are you asking me a question?
no, I guess I'm not.
You sure aren't. Who do you work for?
Greater Nebraska Tree Service?
So you deal with trees.
Yes, I do.
Well, you don't always have to be honest with trees, but you should be honest if you're in debt
I'm honest here
consolidation.
today.
I am honest.
Let me tell you something. Not only I am aware of the fact that you are dishonest because you perjured yourself, but there'll be 10 million people who will agree with me. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Why?
They were made fools of. They lied.
Never trust a woman.
Obviously, some people aren't worth trusting.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Flamini versus Warner. Step forward, please.
18-year-old telemarketer McKeel Flamini is suing former landlord, 54-year-old homemaker Carol Warner for return of rent. McKeel says Carol's compulsive behavior caused her to move.
Miss Flamini, you rented a room in the defendant's home. According to your complaint, you lived there for one day. Things were so intolerable, you moved out and you want your rent back.
Correct.
It's Miss Warner's contention that you had no basis to leave and she's not returning any of your money. So I have a few basic questions.
Okay.
How did you find the room to rent?
I met Carol through a friend of mine from school, and he introduced me to her, and I went over to her house. And when I first came into the house, I was like, I can't live here. But then I met her, and I really like Carol. I still really do.
All right. You met her through a friend.
Right.
You went to her house. According to you, the house was a mess.
Right. I have a
The
picture.
rent was $489 a month, according to your complaint.
Yes.
Plus doing some cleanup for her.
Right.
Okay. You have some photographs?
I have, a photograph of, you can see in the background what it kind of was like.
I can see everything. Okay. Very good. So you got to the house and?
And later that night, it was Halloween, it was October 31st, we agreed on the phone that I would come back that night and we would start cleaning up the house. So I got back there and I tried to clean up. Like, I would pick up paper towel off the ground and throw it away, and she'd be like, no, you can't throw that away. I use that to clean the floor. And she'd make me wash my hands every time I touched a dirty dish. There was a piece of paper with the number 3 on it and like scribbles, and I crumpled it up to throw away, and she's like, you can't throw that away, that goes on this pile. And it was just, she wouldn't let me clean, and that was, our verbal agreement was I would live with her and help her clean up her house if she let me stay there.
Okay, did you move in on the 31st of October?
I never moved anything in. I just stayed there to clean.
That night?
I stayed that night, yes.
Okay, and did you leave November 1st?
Yes.
Now, Miss Warner. Miss Warner.
I'm listening. I'm just surprised at her statement.
Okay. Had you previously, immediately previous to the plaintiff moving in with you, had you had a roommate?
I don't think so.
What do you mean you don't think so?
No, I did not.
The answer is you did not have a roommate.
Correct.
When was the last time you had a roommate?
Oh, maybe 6 months before then.
And she lived there for one day?
I think it was actually 2 days. Because the day that she came...
The day that she came was October 31st, which was the day she gave you
No,
the
she
check.
came the day before, Your Honor, with her friend, to look at the place and see if it was okay for her to live in.
But then she came and she slept there on October 31st.
Correct.
Correct?
Yes.
And she left November 1st.
I'm not sure of that either.
Well, if you're not sure, she said she was there one day, so I have to assume she's correct. So my question to you, Miss Warner, is if it didn't work out, and you certainly didn't turn away any other boarders, why don't you give her back a $489?
Because I did turn away other people, Your Honor.
When did you turn people away?
Actually, on the 30th, when she said, okay, I'm going to go to the bank with my friend, and she opened an account in order to use a West Hollywood address and to establish residence, as she herself said.
So what different? I don't know what
Okay,
you're
I'm just
talking about,
giving
Miss
you an
Warner.
answer.
All right, now we're talking a couple of months later. Do you have a roommate?
No, I do not.
Right. You have to give her back her money.
Why is that?
I'm going to tell you why. Okay. I don't want to go into all the reasons she says your house was a mess. Evidently, this was a young lady who wanted very badly to rent a room in your house because, according to both of you, she ran out and she said, no, I want to give you the check today because I really want this room.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
So there had to be a very good reason why, after one day of living with you, she said, this is not going to work.
Why don't you ask her what the reason is?
If you want me to, Miss Warner.
I'll ask her.
No, you don't have to ask her. I'll ask her. I asked the questions.
Okay, sorry.
I was trying to save you embarrassment.
I'm not embarrassed in the slightest, but she saw
So,
the
go
home
ahead.
before she moved in.
Go ahead.
Well, she wouldn't let me clean. I couldn't even, the bed that she had the room for me, I couldn't take her papers off the bed. I had to actually sleep on the side of the bed. I woke up to Carol staring at me. She was sitting in a chair staring at me. And I was uneasy, and I was like, I cannot live here. I just could not live in that situation.
Why was it such a mess?
It's not such a mess. It's totally, she's just supposed to help me with my dishes.
Were there papers all over the bed that you were sleeping on?
No.
Did you go into her room and were you sitting in her room at some point?
No, that's a total lie. She just, all she did was change her mind about wanting to live there, and then the lie
Why
happened.
do you think, Miss Warner, she changed her mind within a 24-hour period?
Probably because she found a place that she could rent at a pretty good price, and she wanted her own place.
Miss Warner, you are mistaken. I find that you have suffered absolutely no financial damage as a result of her not living there. You didn't turn away other prospective boarders. I don't believe that you turned away other prospective boarders because it's months later and you still don't have a boarder in your house. You look like two very nice young ladies, but you can't keep the $489, madam. It's outrageous.
If she had rented somewhere else, like actually rented a home, that landlord wouldn't give her money back just because she changed her mind the same day.
Madam,
or the day later.
I believe her when she says that living in your home, that you are a clutter collector.
It's not true.
I believe that you are a clutter collector and that circumstances in your home for that brief period that she lived there made her believe that her life in your home was going to be untenable.
She decided she wanted to live on her own, and she saw the place before she moved in. She decided to live there.
She
and to
didn't
help
live
me
with
the
you
house
for
rent.
24
I
hours.
couldn't
Judgment
live
for the
with you,
plaintiff
Carol.
in the amount of $489. That's all.
Well, he's excused. You may step out.
Here's your scoop.
I did nothing wrong. I simply took her money after she decided to live there.
I won. Justice was served.
She physically didn't want to do the work after she moved in. That's all that happened.
Whatever. It's over. I'm glad it's over. Got my money back.
So hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. तो everyone okay, and today how do you do? और आज हम एक वीडियो में इस वीडियो में एक ड्राइंग में पेंटिंग भरेंगे और आप सब इंजॉय करें इस वीडियो को। और अगर वीडियो अच्छी लगे तो आपने इसको लाइक सब्सक्राइब करना ज़रूर है और अपने दोस्तों के साथ शेयर भी कर देना। और आपने इस वीडियो को एंजॉय करना है। इसमें कुछ हम ऐसे कलर भरेंगे जो इमोशनल हों, ठीक है। आपको उम्मीद है कि पहले हम हॉटलाइन को थोड़ा सा डार्क करेंगे यहाँ से कि कलर बाहर ना आ जाए, ठीक है। अंदर थोड़ा थोड़ा लाइट करेंगे, ऐसे आपने ऐसे पेन को पकड़ के ऐसे ऐसे करना है। फिर यहाँ पे पहले इसको आपने लाजमी डार्क करना है। अगर ये इसमें थोड़ा सा होगा ख़राब तो फिर वो उस हिसाब से सही नहीं बनेगी। ये आप देख रहे हैं कितना नीट बन रहा है, ये चेक करें। इसको भी ऐसे ही करना। ये लाइन को आपने ज़्यादा करना है। अब कुछ लोग सोच रहे होंगे कि हम ये क्यों देख रहे हैं, ये बने बनाए, ठीक है। तो यार ये ना ज़रा नीट आ जाते, नीट लुक में आ जाते हैं, ठीक है। हमें यार आप सबकी सपोर्ट की बहुत ज़रूरत है, ठीक है। आप सब ने हमें सपोर्ट ज़रूर करना है, ठीक है। एक लाइक और एक सब्सक्राइब हर बंदे ने करना और वीडियो को शेयर भी लाजमी कर देना। बाकी आप ड्राइंग को एंजॉय करें और आपने कमेंट में ज़रूर बताना कि ये पेंटिंग वाली बुक हर बंदे ने बचपन में किया होगा, इसमें लाजमी कलर, ठीक है। ये लाने की वजह ये है कि हर बंदे को अपने बचपन की यादें ना उनकी ताज़ा हो जाएंगे। यार ये तो हम बचपन में करते रहे हैं, ठीक है। हम ना ज़िंदगी की मसरूफियात में इस कदर मसरूफ़ हो गए कि अपने बचपन की हर चीज़ ही भूल गए हैं। तो ये आपने देखना है, ठीक है। और कमेंट में ज़रूर अपनी राय शेयर करें। ये चेक करें कितना प्यारा कलर आ रहा है। ये हर बच्चे को प्ले ग्रुप नर्सरी में प्रेप में दी जाती थी किताबें कि आपने ये स्कूल घर से होमवर्क करके लाना है, ठीक है। ऐसे ये हर बंदे की स्कूल की यादें ना ताज़ी हो जाती हैं इसको देख के। अब ये हम ग्रीन वाले कलर से थोड़ा थोड़ा डार्क शेड देंगे इनको। चेक कर सकते हैं आप, अभी ये मुकम्मल नहीं हुआ तो देखें कितना प्यारा लग रहा है। अब हम इसमें कलर भरेंगे।